It is the Tuesday edition. This is the day edition. The day that we will not soon forget edition. The day where everything could change edition. The Jesse Nelson's birthday edition. Oh, and the NFL trade deadline edition. Of Wilde and Tausch. I know 5 different people whose birthday it is today. Wow.
Yes.
And I don't know where I'd put you in my power rankings.
Oh. Well, who do you got? Let's hear it.
I got Caitlin Sharkey, who used to be at Fox 6 in Milwaukee. Now she's a big star in
Jesse's ahead
Chicago.
of Caitlin.
When's the last time you talked to Caitlin Sharkey?
Yeah, Jesse's ahead of Caitlin.
We talk every day, Jason. When's the last time you talked to Caitlin?
Not by choice. Papa, our old buddy Papa. Ryan Zachary.
Papa.
I love Papa.
I love
right?
Papa.
Dana Jacobson, who I used to be on. Well, what was it called? It was First Take. It wasn't Cold Pizza.
Cold Pizza, yeah. She was on
she's
Cold
on
Pizza.
CBS now.
That show sucked. If we're being honest.
What?
Well, it got canceled.
Didn't get.
Cold Pizza sucked. It was just bad.
Well, it
show.
became First Take, and then they made it a shouting
No,
show,
I'm
and
well
then my
I'm
role
well
was
aware. It's much better now.
eliminated.
Much better show now.
I thought it was much better when I was on it regularly. Anyway, edition of Wilde and Tausch.
That's only 4.
Well,
Who's
I'm
our
not
fifth?
going to do the rest. You don't know Lisa Knuth. Sorry. You don't know
Lisa
Juliet
Knuth. Tell me more about Lisa. Can Lisa be the number 1 seed?
I like her a lot. She's a really good person. Her son is in Maddie's class. We like her. We're a big fan. Of Wilde and Tausch.
You got Lisa ahead of me?
I didn't rank any of them. I just ran down the list. I think Papa's ahead of you, though. Everybody loves Papa.
Jesse, if I'm being honest, you're number 1 on my list of Jason's.
Thanks, Tausch.
That's true.
Nice. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. In retrospect, I should have just gone with trade deadline day, which is what I was thinking about doing, but I wanted to acknowledge his birthday. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. The birthday boy is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Oh, don't act like you're low on my list.
Yeah,
come on. Don't be a victim.
Crummy enough.
I don't think
birthday
you have him
already.
higher than 3. I don't think you got him higher than 3 on that list.
I talk to him every day. You heard him say that. And why is it a crummy
Not
birthday?
by choice. I heard you say that.
Why is today a crummy birthday already?
Because of everything else going on. It's low priority for everybody, including me.
You should be used to that since your parents left town for a birthday.
It's really
of yours.
gone downhill since they left town for the 30th to go to Vegas. Yeah, that was where it all started to go
Jesse,
downhill.
I have an interesting question because you're a tier guy.
And from his
Do your
undisclosed
tier
location,
one,
it's Mark Tauscher.
Even at this point in your life, do your tier 1 friends get you a card, a gift? Do they text you? Kind of give me the layout. Obviously, Becca will get you something, I would think. And then
Maybe.
is your tier 1,
would
is tier
think.
1 Tyler's going to drop off Bubbler? How do you, because you're so open about this, how do you rank that as far as phone call, text, Facebook post? How do you look at it from a birthday perspective?
Great question.
I expect nothing more than a text from the closest friends and family. I think birthday cards.
parents.
I think birthday cards are kind of the way of the handshake in 2020 for you, Tao. I think birthday cards.
The handshake came way back, though.
It did, and maybe birthday cards will make a comeback, but I don't expect or really even want a birthday card. I feel like if you're gonna go, like, waste of money to wish someone a birthday, like, you get someone a card, you go spend money at the convenience store to buy a card that may or may not be suitable and funny and best fitting for someone's personality.
If they're gonna go pick out a card, they're gonna. Jesse, if they're picking out a
gonna
card, they're
write
doing
something
it, it's something
in it.
that fits.
Yeah, but
question though.
Then just
this
text me.
This is what I'm really interested in.
Call me.
Okay, so I kind of agree with your. You're 30. How old are you now? 32.
33 today. 33.
Wow.
I know.
The year Jesus passed. I think he was a 33-year-old when he passed and then resurrected. It's true. Jesus was 33.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Go look
Were we
at the Bible.
expecting a crucifixion?
I don't
What are
think
we
so.
doing here?
But so, Jesse, can you have a...
What, do we need
Whoa,
Domofsky
Nelly,
with his
what?
plane crash story? What are we doing?
What are you talking about?
Well, you just,
I'm just pointing out other 33rd birthdays.
Larry
that's all.
Bird wore number 33. I'm just saying maybe
there's a lot of
the
great
killing of
33s.
our Lord and Savior is not the direction we wanted to go
William Henderson.
He resurrected. It's a whole deal. Just go study it. Anyways,
there. He
Jesse,
resurrected. It's a whole deal.
They made a book about it.
When I'm looking at this, I agree with your assessment. It's nice to get text. Group text chains. Do you have? If you have 17 people on a group text chain, do you respond back if it's someone that's like a marginal friend? Do you expect it if everybody is sending it? And then the other thing is, can people elevate in your tierdom based off of their birthday responses to you?
All great questions.
I have some power rankings of ways I'd like to be wished happy birthday if you'd like to hear those.
Sure. How
sure
about in the YouTube chat, which I'm doing right now?
YouTube chat, probably the lowest form of wishing me happy birthday.
I guess I should
what a
have
shot
gotten
of
your card.
All the YouTube dwellers over there, yeah. Number one, phone call. Number one, phone call. Not 9 to noon, preferably. Please do not call the studio line to wish me happy birthday. I do not want that.
What is the studio line number again?
844-770-3776. Don't call it to wish me happy birthday.
Okay.
Phone call from...
Y'all know what to do. Hey, all of our loyal
Don't.
listeners, y'all know what to do.
Phone call from friends, family, the happy birthday singing on the phone. That's always very nice. And then you get to catch up with everybody for a minute. That's always fun. Number two is the text. Number two is the text because it's still personal, one-on-one. I want it individually. I don't want it in a group text to
No
17
group text.
people.
I agree with that.
Don't wish Jesse happy birthday in the fantasy football group text. That's not the place to do that.
Totally agree.
Send a one-on-one.
Okay.
Send it with the balloons or like the fireworks or whatever. That's always fun.
Some celebratory stuff.
Make it a little special, you know. Then it's a big drop-off. Then we're probably getting to the birthday card, which I already said I think is a total waste of money and time, honestly, for the people that are picking them
I
out.
couldn't disagree more on the birthday card. It takes time.
You were just
out of
agreeing
people's
with
days
him
to
a
go
minute
pick
ago on
something up.
it.
No, I like a good birthday card. I just said you have to. People take time to think about it. It
And
is
they
much
write
more
something
special
in it?
than what just
Yes.
Yeah.
If
No,
you're-
I never agreed with him about that.
I don't want you to
That's-
go waste $6 picking out a Hallmark card at the
Why don't
local
you worry
convenience
about what I
store.
want to waste my money on? How's that, old jelly?
Just seems like a waste of money to say happy birthday.
Okay.
Oh, getting old, huh? Like, just text me that if you want to say something to me.
Okay.
Facebook message is definitely low.
That is, you might as well just fart in
Yeah,
the wind.
yeah.
The Facebook message, get out of here with that.
You're not even on
That's an
Facebook.
obligation. That's an obligation deal. Oh, I saw it's
it's
Johnny's
not.
birthday on Facebook. No, it sucks.
Like it used
Move
to
on.
be. It
Next.
used to be a thing. Like either the day
It's
after
over.
or
It's
whatever,
dead.
you go through.
It's
You
done.
say you like them all. You say thanks. You know, Patricia, happy
Yeah,
birthday
it's
to
done.
you too. Like
Move
Thanks,
along.
Patricia.
we're not doing that anymore. And then I guess like no recollection at all is probably just below that, or no acknowledgement at all. Not recollection.
I actually don't mind getting one the day after. I don't mind that. It's kind of a nice little refresher. Oh, I forgot, but I gotta go. I don't mind that.
I don't mind the late birthday
like
wish.
that.
I don't mind the late birthday
Yeah.
wish at all.
I actually love preemptively doing it too. I like to be first. There'll be times, two of my friends from college, their birthdays are back to back, and I'll call both on that day because otherwise I'll forget and won't do it. And I
Sure.
think the one that's on the 15th of March always is like, oh, that's really nice. Thank you. You know my birthday is the next day. I said, yes. And that's kind of the shtick. Jason, do you agree with this power rankings, or where do you go on this?
I don't. First of all, again, Jesse, you can live your life however you choose. But somewhere in there, we probably have to acknowledge that it's just nice when someone acknowledges your birthday at all and remembers that it's your birthday and takes the time out of their busy day, because we're all busy, to say, hey, Jesse, happy birthday, buddy. I appreciate you. Which is what I would do if I didn't have to spend 3 hours with you and didn't want to make this into a shtick about it being your birthday and it not being. Oh, my God.
Hey, buddy, I just wanted to call, man. I know I was thinking, like, what could I do power ranking wise that would say happy birthday to my producer for all these years and just say how much I appreciate your humor and fun and tweeting at me. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, Tausch. I appreciate it. Appreciate the call.
Happy birthday, Tony Cartagena. All right, so we have celebrated Jesse's birthday as we only know how. And we are happy that he is here.
Where did Mom and Dad go to vacation this week?
I just got a call from the Badgers radio network analyst. I think we should have him back on later this week.
We're not going to talk Badgers till Thursday. We'll talk Badgers
Seems like
Thursday.
a bad week to have him on.
We'll break down the election results on Thursday and the Badger game. How's that?
And preview Wisconsin-Oregon, which is coming up on November 16th. All right, we are celebrating Jesse's birthday. I personally am a believer, to answer your actual question before you called the radio studio line, is I prefer text or call because that takes a little more effort than just happy birthday. I mean, Facebook has made it so easy that I get an alert that says, hey, it's Jesse Nelson and 5 other people's birthday today. I open that
Linda
up.
Knuth.
Lisa.
And I
Big
can,
Linda.
Lisa.
Big Linda. Birthday
And
girl.
I could type in happy birthday into the little field to all of them and be done with it like that. That's impersonal.
Yeah, what is so lame? I don't want any. That would, to me, is a slap to the face.
So
I'm
going to text Papa and Caitlin and Lisa and Dana and I don't
Linda?
I don't think I have to text Jesse anymore. I feel like we've spent a fair amount of time.
I think we've
on
done
his
more
birthday.
than enough, actually.
So we will do that. We will celebrate Jesse's birthday. We will celebrate the trade deadline day, which is, if you're an NFL fan, a major date
Is it
on
possible
the calendar.
Is it possible Gina Della's birthday is today? Do we know what day her birthday is?
I'm Facebook friends with Gina, and she's not on today's birthday list. So whenever she's turning 60, it's not today.
All right.
But you can celebrate your birthday and celebrate hers with getting great windows and being able to pay as you go for the next 60 months with 0% interest.
You get the look you want for your home with customizable windows and doors. From Pella, the durability of materials. It gets tested tens of thousands of times to ensure that they last for years to come. Pella offers custom colors, innovative features, like shades between the glass. Right now, celebrate Gina's 60th. Thank God it's not Jesse's. You'd only get 33. But with Gina, you get 60. 0 for 60. 0 down, 0 interest, 60 months. Certain restrictions do apply. Hold your appointment on or before November 8th. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
So if I'm reading this correctly in the rundown, Jesse has conjured up, or did somebody do this for you? I want to make sure that whoever did it gets the credit. If it's you, certainly you deserve it. But a little bit later in the show, what I enjoyed was a back and forth with the head coach about the Jordan Love interception a Palooza. And I thought he actually did, in his way, answer the question. But you're telling me that not only are you going to be able to play the audio, but for our YouTube, what'd you call them, dwellers?
No, the commenters are the dwellers on YouTube.
I'm also here to tell you that
doesn't seem positive.
That did not go over particularly well in the YouTube comments.
The dwellers would take offense to that.
YouTube. The problem is it doesn't let me respond to anything. I can't punch anything in. I can look at it, but I can't punch.
Well, I don't want you to punch. I want you to type. But be that as it may, we are going to both see the video and hear the audio. So both of our audiences, the audio audience and the video audience, we'll see the back and forth with Matt LaFleur. That's coming up during the 10 o'clock hour, so please stick around for that. We will talk to Evan Cohen coming up, and we will get to the trade deadline as well. I'm not having a short-term memory issue. I was busy checking all the YouTube comments for all the anger for calling them dwellers. You did talk about Pella windows and doors, right? I wasn't paying close attention.
We did. Yeah, it's Gina's 60th. Jesse's 33. Much better to get Gina's deal than Jesse's deal.
Just making sure. Going over real well with the good people of the YouTube channel.
You know what Jesse loves doing on his birthday? Just urinating on people. That's what Jesse likes doing. There you go.
More insults next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Jesse Nelson here, and yes, it is my birthday, and I'm planning on having a piece of cake later today, but that doesn't mean that I still didn't lose 40 pounds over a 60-day program with Madison Weight Loss, and it's because I lost those 40 pounds that I feel like I can have a piece of cake today. Madison Weight Loss is an outstanding program. It's an opportunity for you to shed unnecessary fat over the span of 60 days, and all you have to do is change up your diet. You don't have to go on any injections. You don't have to do any intense workouts. All you have to do is change what you eat. That's what I did over 60 days. You just change the diet. You get the coaching, the expert guidance from the entire team at Madison Weight Loss. You track everything in one easy-to-use app. You get the coaching. You get the encouragement that you want there, and boom, 40 pounds down over 60 days. It was amazing to see the transformation over that 60 days, and I'm feeling as good today on my 33rd birthday as I have any time in my life in the last decade, and it's all thanks to the team at Madison Weight Loss. I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling good. I'm looking in the mirror and saying, hey, this is going really well. Contact the team. Free consultation, MadisonWeightLoss.com, either in person or virtually. You can get that free consultation scheduled at MadisonWeightLoss.com. MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Drew Cooney, Middleton High School. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me.
You're a two-sport athlete, basketball and football. And your parents, they were athletes in high school too. From where?
My mom played at Columbus. She played basketball there. My dad played hockey and soccer up in Schwabenau.
I guess, where do you get your athletic genes from? Is there certain things your dad gave you or your mom gave you?
Well, I think I got my build from my dad. You know, got the pretty long, lanky arms. I got more of my skill from my mom there.
When you look back on your time here at Middleton High School, what do you remember the most?
I think just the bonds and memories that I've made with, you know, the friends and the community and the school around here, you know, either on the football field or on the basketball court or just, you know, in the classroom as well, just having a great time.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella? How'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for 60 months.
Visit PellaWI.com.
Hold your appointment on or before November 8th. Certain restrictions apply.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
So, if you suggest that people are, quote, dwellers, this is the question that's being discussed. Are you then alleging that they're on YouTube? Yeah, and I got a separate independent text, kind of like a birthday text, instead of just doing it in the YouTube comments. Are you insinuating that they are trolls? Dweller sounds like, you live under a bridge kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's basement.
Cellar
I think
dweller.
It's looked at as like basement living.
Yeah.
Like basement living with their parents is, I think, Jesse's implication.
If I was to think of a verb to describe many, not all, but many of the YouTube commenters, lurking would certainly be in the mix, yeah.
This show would be better if Riley was the producer.
Dwellers.
Well, just wait till Fridays.
The dwellers are just proving my point.
I believe you poked them with a stick. So there's a few people trying to help, trying to say nice things about you. But, again, when you insult a group of people,
yeah, they're gonna.
They usually don't take that too kindly. Just a tip.
I didn't say it as an insult.
In fairness, Ahmad St. Brown insulted the Packers. That didn't seem to do a ton.
Can I take back my happy birthday wish?
Jesse is the Ahmad St. Brown of this show.
Amon-Ra St. Nelson. All right. It is the trade deadline today. It is 3 p.m. for those of you that are unaware. 3 p.m. Central, that is 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Mountain, and 1 p.m. Pacific. Tausch.
And then if it's Hawaii with the clocks turned, is that 12 or 11?
I don't know. I've never been to Hawaii. I'd like to go there someday.
I think it's usually 6 hours.
I thought it was 5 hours Central Time to Hawaii.
It always flips when the clicks change because I don't think
they don't do the clock change
DSL
thing in Hawaii.
Yeah, I don't think
Good
they
to know.
DSL it.
Okay. What time is it in Rome right now, and what time is it in wine country? Just trying to keep track of all your different time zones. 3 o'clock Wisconsin time.
Yeah.
By 3:01, will the Green Bay Packers have shipped someone out, brought someone in, or none of the above? Sounds like a poll question.
Nothing. I think they stand pat. The only spot that I think they would be semi-aggressive in is if they can get a corner that they like that is still under 30. Like I don't think the Lattimore, and I saw that. Told you yesterday, his cap number's gargantuan. You have to give up a second probably to get him. So I don't think that's a fit. Yeah, it'd be great to add him this year, but I don't think that's in the cards. The big question I have is you're frustrated with your pass rush. You have young guys that you're thinking about wanting to see. Like, I think Kingsley Enagbare has been really good. He has been one guy that I think you could say has really done some things with his limited opportunities. You have Lucas Van Ness, who's a young player. He needs to play. You have to get him. So if someone calls and asks for P. Smith, and they're going to give a fourth or a fifth, I don't know.
What if they're
Jim.
giving a sixth or a seventh? Because they're not giving a fourth or a fifth for him.
I mean, you're probably right, but people are hungry for pass rushers. You're not going to do it to Detroit, and Detroit picked their guy up, Zadarius. And wouldn't they love to have the Smith brothers reunion? They could do those fun, little catchy press conferences together.
Yeah,
in the
and then
locker room.
Zadarius can quit on the team. It would be great.
Relive all that. I think Detroit shot for the moon, and I think they're going to be happy with. They can get a little production from Zadarius. They'll be happy. But that would be the only move I think that Green Bay would make outside of maybe someone for a 6th or a 7th. And I don't think they're going to trade Preston Smith, but I would think if someone is in need of a veteran pass rusher more so, I wouldn't mind seeing that and letting some of these young guys, really Kingsley, I think has deserved and earned more opportunities. I would be all right with that.
Good. You and I are on the same page because that's exactly the thing that I was going to predict that they would do because it would clear a path. It would be basically Rasul Douglas 2.0. Which, again, I still don't believe, and Goody can, I'm not going to bring it back up today when we talk to him at 4:30. But when you're 3-6, and I'm not going to. When you're 3-6, and you trade away Rasul Douglas during a season in which Jair Alexander is not playing because of a myriad of injuries, you do not think you're going to be a playoff team when you make that trade. You don't. You just don't. That's why it's different now. So I would think that it's unlikely that they would.
If the Packers could call Billy Beane right now and say, Beanie, we need Rasul back. We'll give you a 4th. Buffalo's not going to do it. Would Green Bay ever do that?
I don't think so. I don't know how he's playing. I have not watched a lot of Bills games.
What are you distracted by?
Marco Rivera texted me.
Okay.
He's asking if I'm still planning on driving to South Dakota. Was I driving to South Dakota?
Great places, South Dakota.
Is my phone listening to me and sending me text messages from random Packers offensive linemen? My truck is getting fixed in Sioux Falls. What is happening here? This is why I'm distracted.
Give him a call.
I will give we've got Evan Cohen coming up next, so we'll have to talk to Marco a little bit later, but I'll call him in the commercial break and tell him Tausch and I would love to have you on reporting.
Yeah, we need him on Thursday. It'd be a good day to have him on. Yeah.
Because I'm daring to take a day off, yeah. I will reach out to Marco Rivera.
No, I just mean tomorrow's always Balaga, and that's interesting that you're going to South Dakota.
Yeah, it's news to me. And everybody loves South Dakota on this show. Everybody.
I'm a fan.
Wait a minute.
Jesse doesn't love it, but he doesn't
Wait,
like
now you hate South Dakota? You don't like the YouTube commenters. You don't like people who just post on Facebook happy birthday, or as John points out in the YouTube comments, the worst are the ones that can't even be bothered to type out happy birthday. They just write HBD on Facebook.
That's efficiency.
It is efficiency. But now you're telling me that you don't like South Dakota?
I mean, that's kind of always been the thing with South Dakota is Tausch loved going and watching people dig in the dirt, and when he came back and shared how great his vacation was with us, we met it with, really? Is that the...
Is this some sort of birthday tradition? Insult as many people as you can?
No.
Is that what you're doing for your birthday?
No.
YouTube commenters, Facebook posters, South Dakota residents. Who else do you don't like, Jesse?
The Cubs.
Craig Counsell.
He doesn't like the Cubs. That's true. Not a Cubs guy.
Boog Sciambi. This is going to turn. It's not election day. It's Festivus. We're just going to air all of our grievances.
Get ready for spring and do it now. Call Johnson & Sons Paving to make sure no pavement hazards get worse, like the end of that segment. Over winter, potholes and cracked curbs and drainage issues. Well, if things are bad now, call Johnson & Sons Paving to get it fixed. Schedule a free, no obligation quote and a walkthrough of your pavement. They'll be able to see signs of asphalt pavement work needed by spotting fatigue, cracking, standing water, warping, buckling, sinking pavement, and more. Don't scare away customers or tenants with bad curb appeal. Book now. Save money later. JohnsonSonsPaving.com. That's a pretty good drop by me, I think. Keep us on the clock.
Good job congratulating yourself. Yeah, I noticed some asphalt, too, right there. All right, Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike joins us as he does every Tuesday. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. With the holidays approaching, everyone is thinking about ways they can save a few bucks to be able to spend more for our loved ones. Well, what if I told you there's a way to save money and save the planet by making the switch to Everlight Solar? Take back control of your energy bill with a switch to solar. Trust me, my family, we worked with the team at Everlight Solar to make the switch, and man, are we happy we did. From the very first conversation, the Everlight Solar team educated us on all the benefits of switching to solar. And you know how much I appreciate keeping things simple. Everlight makes the switch super easy. Join us in saving money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Prairie Athletic Club is the ultimate destination for health, wellness, and crushing your goals. This is Sarah Tauscher. Say goodbye to post-workout aches and pains at the PAC's new Recovery Zone. With their assisted stretch and pneumatic boot sessions, you can get instant results, leaving you feeling refreshed and ready to tackle your next workout. Don't believe it works? Give it a try. Stop in, stretch your body, and relax your mind at the PAC. Visit prairieathletic.com to learn more. Prairie Athletic Club, family, fun, community.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owns. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Vintage Brewing Company. Whether you're looking to get carry-out, delivery, or dine-in, Vintage Brewing has lots of great options on their menu. Vintage Brewing Company prides themselves on being a great place to hang out and enjoy classic Midwestern hospitality. Vintage Brewing Company has multiple award-winning beers, so be sure to try one the next time you're in. Head to vintagebrewingcompany.com to make a reservation today. That's vintagebrewingcompany.com.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Forward Madison FC has advanced to the playoff semifinals. Join us at Breeze Stevens Field on November 9th at 6 p.m. as the Mingos continue their playoff campaign, or come out early for a pregame tailgate at 5 p.m. Bring the energy as we pack the stadium and get loud for the boys in pink and blue as they hunt to hoist the league trophy. Try our family special and get a match ticket, a meal, and an FMFC scarf for only $21 each. Get your playoff tickets now at forwardmadisonfc.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Like, share, and follow ESPN Madison everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more great content from ESPN Madison. This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
I'm throwing caution. What's it gonna be? Tonight the winds of change are blowing wild and free. If I don't get out of this town, I just might be the one who finally burns.
You know what that music means? It means that Tausch and Evan are going to see the Killers at the Sphere sometime in the future.
Are they announced at the Sphere?
They're not yet, no, but I'm assuming that they would love to play their hometown and have you guys in attendance. In
Yeah, we'd be
attendance,
there.
in attendance right now on the show, you see him on Unsportsmanlike every morning and hear him. It is Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Morning, Jason. Did you hear, by the way, you may have heard, I don't know, I was told some amazing information about what happened Saturday during the Wisconsin-Iowa game?
I have not heard this.
No, what's going on? I didn't hear it.
Tell me more.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. So, when Wisconsin and Iowa play, I mean, that brings back so many memories. Like, which former D1 wide receiver was the best skier? Because per sources close to me, Tausch is the king of blowouts. Like, if there's a blowout game going on in sports, there's no broadcaster you want on it more than Tausch. So as our guy Matt LaFleur is trying to call a game, Tausch decided to break down whether or not former Iowa receiver Tim Dwight was a great skier. I'm not kidding.
It's true. It's true, I did.
And he was confused.
I don't know
because
what
it was
at
Jeremy
what point.
Bloom.
Yeah, I screwed that one up. But I don't know for sure. I do not know for sure if Tim Dwight skied. But what I will say is Matt brought up Tim Dwight because Iowa has a really good return guy. And he was discussing it, and he mentioned Tim Dwight. And I just randomly in conversation, because you want to have a conversation when you're doing radio. That's typically, obviously, the way you'd like to see it.
That's a good tip. Thanks.
Well, and especially
we got to go back to school for that one.
Well, anyways,
is that on the content call?
At this point, well, you wouldn't know, Jason.
How
You
would
never
you know?
listen.
You're
But
never on it.
I don't know. That's exactly what I just
snap.
said. The score
ahead,
was,
man.
I don't know what it was. It was getting out of hand. So he said that, and then I said, oh, Tim Dwight was a great mogul skier. I didn't even see skiing. And there'll be a couple times a broadcast that LePay will give me a look like, what the hell are you talking about? And then he lets it go. We come back, and then I say, just randomly, like 2 series later, I said, you know what, Matt? I think that was Jeremy Bloom. So I fact-checked myself, but what I don't know, I know Bloom was a great skier, wide receiver for the Eagles. And by the way, and Evan told me this a couple of weeks ago, or I don't know when, that this Molly Bloom, I told you guys about that Molly's Game, the movie I saw on an airplane.
Great movie. Yeah.
Great movie.
Great movie.
That's Jeremy Bloom's sister doing that.
Correct, Molly Bloom.
So
yeah,
what I don't know, so we got 2 or 3
Is she related
good
to Tim
pieces of
Dwight?
intel. I don't know if Tim Dwight has ever skied. So I have not done the research. He was a heck of a punt returner. He was a very good receiver. But I'm going to tell you, Tim Dwight, I don't know if he was a mogul skier.
So I don't know if there's any fans out there, and if there are, I apologize, that like intentionally, in a comical, non-harmful way, take Wilde and Tausch quotes out of context and just tweet them out. If there is someone who does that, the concept of Tausch just saying, I don't know if Tim Dwight was a skier, it's just a great out-of-context quote. But I have to ask a follow-up on this. You kind of alluded to this, Tausch. The bringing up of the correction of the skiing, there was no context in the broadcast when that happened. Like, LePay is calling a play, and then he's looking for your reaction, and you're just like, you know what, I think it was Jeremy Bloom, the skier, not Tim Dwight.
Yes.
Like, with no, hey, you remember what we were talking about earlier? It was just out of nowhere?
Handoff Walker, right side, pickup of 2, sets up second. And I think it was Jeremy Bloom.
It wasn't quite to that degree, but yeah, there was. It was definitely out of context. I mean, it was definitely not in the flow of the game because obviously Tim Dwight doesn't play, and Jeremy Bloom doesn't play. So yeah, it's really hard to fit that in. I think maybe there was a jet sweep or something
really hard
that a
to
wide
fit that
receiver
in.
caught. I don't know 100% sure how that fit, but
I want to say one other thing. I also told Tausch and Jason and Jesse, I don't know if you guys have seen this. So when we were talking about the idea of Molly's Game, great movie with Jessica Chastain, Jessica Chastain is a phenomenal actress. But she's in a movie called Miss Sloane that I think is one of the most unknown, underrated movies I've ever seen in my life. It is fantastic. I'm not trying to get political, but she's a lobbyist. And it's just unbelievable, that movie. Have you guys ever seen that?
I have not.
No.
I think I started
Okay,
it
you
and
guys
fell
gotta see it.
asleep.
Oh, Tausch,
so
that's
not
the
a great
ultimate endorsement. Jesse not liking something
yeah, if
means I
Jesse
want to
didn't
watch
like it, I'll
more.
probably. Anytime I hear the name Sloan, I think of Entourage. Big fan of Sloan.
Emmanuel
on
Enrique. Have you ever seen the picture of she and I?
I heard you two knew each other. Yeah. You guys are friends.
She sat in front of me at a Broadway musical when we were on our honeymoon and made out with her boyfriend throughout the entire show. And I couldn't.
And that was the first time Jason and I went to a show together.
Wow. And I couldn't figure out how I knew her until after I left. I'm like, God, she looks so familiar. And then I realized it was Sloan. I think of Ferris Bueller.
She did something with Rogers for Congo, I want to say.
She did. You're correct. On like the UW campus. Good pull. I'd like to pull something else from your show though, because this has been a conversation that we've been having obviously ever since not just Sunday's game but previously, and that is about Jordan Love. And you asked Michelle Smallman, or Mishmel Smallman as I tend to call her on this show, about Jordan Love. And for those that did not see it on Unsportsmanlike or across their social media channels, here is the question that Evan asked, and more importantly, the answer that Packers fan Michelle Smallman answered.
Jordan Love took the Green Bay Packers on a good playoff run last year. Jordan Love got his contract. Jordan Love is a franchise quarterback, undoubtedly at this point. Is Jordan Love worse than he should be right now?
How can you not say that? He is, with the interceptions. I mean, especially for you last year. You know what it is? It's reminding me of shades of the conversations we had around Josh Allen last year, that he's really good and will put your team in a position to win, but also there's that moment where he can put his team in a position to lose, or at least put his team at a deficit. And that's kind of how I feel watching Jordan Love right now. He'll have some of these unbelievable throws, and you'll be so impressed by him, and you still have confidence in him, of course, but you just have that anticipation that the turnover is coming, that the interception or the bad decision or the bad throw is coming. And unfortunately, at this point, you can kind of set your watch to it.
I thought that was a really good response. What did you think in real time while you were listening to her, especially considering she has now joined the ranks of Packers fans and she's viewing it that way about her quarterback?
Yeah, and first of all, happy birthday to Jesse, by the way. I don't think I said that, so let me just get that in there.
Aw, thanks, Evan.
Send him a card.
So, and I thought it was fair because I think what I kind of narrowed this all down to, guys, is my assumption of what he was versus what he is, and neither one of them is a knock, but it's just not what I anticipated. And what I mean by that is I thought because he was trained by Rodgers, he was going to be Rodgers. I did not realize he was going to be Favre. And I think by being Favre, there are some things, I'm talking about on-field, obviously, there are some things that come along with the territory that I did not anticipate. I expected him to be efficient. I expected him to not turn the ball over because, Rodgers' best years always had 7 interceptions or less, right? High touchdown, low turnover, etc. Well, with Favre, it's, oh, my God, I can't believe he threw that, / oh, my God, I can't believe he made that play. And when I said that on our show, 5, 8, and 9 on ESPN Wisconsin, Canty had a fair response. He said, well, to be fair, not knocking either one or complimenting either one, Favre got to 2, Rodgers got to 1. And so the argument would be, if this is what he is, historically, that version of a Packers quarterback has actually worked better than the efficient version of the Packers quarterback. I personally, as a fan of the sport, am more turned off by the guy that's turnover prone and turned on from a football perspective by the guy that just takes care of the ball.
Huh.
Is that wrong? No, seriously,
it's an interesting way to put it.
You don't like the turn off, turn on thing? Is that what you're saying there, Tausch? I'm just trying to understand what you didn't like about that.
That old thing was a little bit goofy.
He said from a football perspective.
I understood, and he made sure to. I didn't say you were being creepy. I just said it was weird.
No,
I don't know what to
actually,
make
what's
of-
creepy. What's creepy is what you just did to make it creepy. Actually.
Yeah.
No, don't try to subject it. No, I thought it was
No,
creepy.
I'd like to know.
That's
I'd like
all.
to survey the audience, including the birthday boy. What was more creepy, me using turned off and turned on from a football perspective, or Tausch pointing out me using turning off and turning on?
Yeah, Tausch made something out of nothing, and the outstanding analysis of
Get out of here! You
and
guys
then
are all
waiting
afraid
5
of
seconds was
It was awkward. What? I can't say something is awkward now. I have to just say, but it was awkward.
Well, I would say I think you made it more
By
awkward.
the way,
I maybe
Tim
did.
Dwight was
That's
a great
fair.
cheer.
I wish we were
I
talking about
maybe
Tim
did make
Dwight
it
right
more
about
awkward.
now.
So I don't know if that's a fair equivalency, though, to say, well, I want guys that are going to turn the ball over more because he made 2 Super Bowls and not 1. Because there's Reggie White, Leroy.
No.
There's a lot of. Well, that's what you said. That's what turned you on
Yeah,
from a football
I
perspective.
understand. I don't think that's what it is. So it's fair. I understand why you would take it that way. Let me try to phrase it better. I'll do it in a question form. Do you believe that sometimes the risk taker is necessary to win big games, right? Like if you're going to beat the Lions or beat the Niners or beat any of the Eagles, Washington, any of these teams that the Packers are ultimately going to have to beat, you need more of a risk taker than a conservative quarterback relative to I'm not going to make that throw because it may not go my way.
Now that is a really interesting point.
Really good question, and I think it all comes down to because a great example was Sunday. Detroit came in and said they are risk takers. Jordan Love is a risk taker. It's a sloppy day. We're not taking any risks because they are going to give us some stuff. And when they do, we'll pounce, we'll take a 3-score lead, and we'll coast to a victory. It's all about understanding what you need. And that's why I don't have a problem with Jordan throwing picks. I have a problem with Jordan throwing bad pick sixes against teams that he shouldn't do that. You should never do it, but you can understand if you're down 2 scores and you're trying to fire a ball down the seam and a safety makes a good play on it, tip the cap. But those decisions, you're never going to win. And we said this when he threw the pick 6 against the Rams. You're not beating good teams doing that. You can beat average teams, but you're not going to beat the big boys.
Tausch, you and I both play tennis. Jason, I don't know if you do, but a lot of times in tennis, if you know the other person is feast or famine, your entire game plan is just return everything back to them and let them screw up. Does that become the game plan against the Packers? Just let Jordan Love
was
screw
Sunday.
up.
It was on Sunday, for sure. So that's
he
the
just
part of
gotta
this I
learn
don't
how to
get.
screw up less.
Well, that's part of the growing process. So how much leeway are you giving? You didn't give Josh Allen any leeway last year. This year you are. He's obviously played really well. He's only got, I think, 2 picks on the season. Where are you at with Jordan Love? Do you agree in the fact that he has not progressed to the point that you thought he would after what you saw last season?
Yeah. So in the compare and contrast that Smalls brought up, I'm all in on the Buffalo Bills this year because it's very self-centered and selfish. The Buffalo Bills this year are literally doing everything that I suggest teams should do when you have great quarterback play. Limit mistakes. Don't ask him to do too much until you need him to do too much. Don't pay wide receivers. Spread out the wealth with guys that can protect him, right? They are the living embodiment of that, and Allen has been better this year than he's been at any point in his career. That said, Josh Allen had a lot of years of honestly playing dumb football. Jordan Love doesn't have that. He does not have that. So I can't go all the way in like I'm dismissing Jordan Love. What I can tell you is very simply, I thought the Green Bay Packers would be better by now in games that he was the starter. That's what I think. That doesn't mean they can't make a run. That doesn't mean he's not going to be great.
Yeah, it's interesting because are the expectations too high? Because you look at this last year at this time, and I know it's not a comp, Jason, because last year was so new. But if you'd have told me that the Green Bay Packers are going to be 6-3 at their bye, I would have said, okay, yeah. But is it just that the way they've lost games or what? Because not everybody's the Kansas City Chiefs. You're going to lose some
But their
games.
win percentage,
Green Bay has lost
their
to
win
good
percentage
teams.
But Tausch, their win percentage is better in games he hasn't played than what he has played. That's the weird part of getting the 6-3. Now that also very easily could be spun positive for Goody in that, wow, what an identification of Malik Willis and getting somebody that was that competent at that position to back up Jordan Love.
It definitely has been spun that way, for sure.
Yeah. So
By me.
there's also another part of this. I could rewind the clock to a year ago. We had this conversation on this show when I was fortunate enough to join you guys a year ago. I'll ask it again. Is Jordan Love a fifth-year quarterback or is Jordan Love a second-year quarterback?
Second year.
Well, then you're fine. Then all good. No big deal. None of this is a big deal. You're 6-3.
Good.
But if, he's a fifth, if you look at him as a fifth year, Jason, there's some things that you got to get better with.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not a black and white answer on that one for me because he's not truly a fifth-year quarterback. He's not truly a second-year quarterback, right? I mean, let's even give him 2020 with COVID and no off-season program and coming out of the draft as a guy that would have sat regardless. He wasn't even the number 2 quarterback. He was the number 3 quarterback. So let's take that one off the list. But 21 and 22 still count. He started a game in 21. He went into the Philly game in 22. He had all those reps on the scout team. So I don't think we can give him he's only a second-year starter. I think it has to be a little bit higher of expectation for him. Not, he's in his 5th NFL season, high expectation. But there's some sort of dividing line there, in my opinion, that puts him...
Okay, so wait, you may have just hit it, Jason. So let's say he's 3.5 years into his career. Let's split the difference. Jesse, can you find quarterbacks in the NFL as starters that are 3.5 years into their career and what they look like right now? Because Jason,
I'll text
is
Josh.
that what...
I got to get past this Tim Dwight skiing stuff I've been looking up. I'll see what I can do.
All I found on Tim Dwight skiing...
Jesse's going to ask for overtime now, Tausch.
All I found on Tim Dwight skiing was that he was a big jet skier, but not
that's
mogul
skiing.
skier.
That's a form of skiing.
Yeah, that's what you have Jesse looking up, the jet ski. But I'm saying if you're going to look, if you're going to say, all right, split the difference, not second, not fifth, it's Gray. Make it 3.5 years in.
Sure.
Who else would be 3.5 years in, and what do they look like?
Yeah, we'll get our research staff on that because Jesse won't.
How about Jalen Hurts middle of last
Evan,
year? He's 4.5 in.
What's that?
Jalen Hurts middle of last year.
He's better than where Jalen Hurts was last year, but he's sloppy with the football.
Is he better than
That's
where
the
Jalen
question.
Hurts is
and I was
right
going
now?
to just ask. Jalen Hurts isn't turning it over like Jordan's.
Jalen Hurts took a team
So
to the
question
Super
for
Bowl.
both
We're
of
gonna
you.
Ignore that?
Yes.
That was 3 years ago, dude. That's like, you know how that goes. So, quick question for both of you. As a Packer fan, and I know, Evan, you're not a Packer fan, but neither is Jason. Should Packer fans be disappointed in where Jordan Love is at 5.5 years into his career? I would say
I don't think they
absolutely
should
not.
Be, I don't. No, I don't think so. I think we're in this gray area. Absolutely
Sounds
not
like we're
relative to
disappointed.
No, I don't think they should be disappointed. I think they have a right to sit there and say, I hope what we see now is not what we see after 17 games. And if it is, then we're getting to a place of, he's good. He's really good. But is he Super Bowl good? Is he MVP good? Right? Like, they're trending more in the, I'm a little confused by this guy than I'm sure as to what he is.
Huh.
Jason,
you
think,
agree?
Yes, because I think to say you're disappointed is way too strong. But that's why I wanted to play what Michelle said, because I think the way Evan asked the question and the way she answered it was the best way. Like, you just want him to be. And here's the problem. If you're a Packers fan or if you're me covering this team, is that I think we all of us, myself included, felt like he was beyond these types of gaffes. That's why, and I said this at the time, I said it the next day on this very show, the interception that he throws in San Francisco or Santa Clara, First down, plenty of time left in the game, right, to go tie the game. Across his body, late over the middle into triple coverage. That was so jarring at the time because the way he'd played in the final 8 regular season games, in the playoff game against the Cowboys, and for 2.5 quarters against the 49ers, you thought he was beyond that type of mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And now this season, he has made mistakes that I would say I thought he was beyond. And he's not. And that's why my growth is linear thing is accurate.
Did we crown him too early?
Yes, and I kept fighting that
we all
at the
crowned
time.
him too early.
You had to. But wait, Tausch, that's also not 100% fair because of the nature of the contractual beast that is the NFL quarterback position.
Well, we're not talking about the contract.
You had no. You could have played hardball, Evan. You could have played hardball with him.
I guess, but like that's not how this goes, right? Teams don't do that. Even though some teams, I think, should do that.
I agree, but I'm just asking because Jason wanted to be a little more vocal, I think. He didn't want the blowback because when I kept talking about this, I could sense that he was kind of saying, and I'm not going to tell you what you were thinking, but you kept pausing and saying, hold up, very small sample size. I said, well, I saw enough in those 11 games that I'm pretty blanking excited about it. And I kept hearing Jason, hold up. But here we go.
I tried to be nuanced about it, but yes, I felt like, look, I believe he is a good quarterback today. And I believe he's going to be a very good quarterback when it's all said and done. Hall of Fame, I don't know. MVP, I don't know. He is going to be better than he is currently. And the issue, and we're going to play this in the 10 o'clock hour, is that I think it's situational awareness that is getting him in trouble. Because, look, I am the first to admit that I would bring up the lack of wow throws that I saw for the first 3 years I watched him.
Yeah,
and you don't hear
you
me
did.
ever saying that now.
Nope.
Because there are plenty
in
of
both
wow
sides.
throws.
Wow and
Wow
whoa.
and- oh,
you got
wow.
the wow and whoa.
Yeah.
Can I ask a deep psychological question about the Packers QB position? Because I'm fascinated by this, and maybe I'm overthinking.
Yes.
Okay.
You sure
All
can.
right, here we
Evan.
go. Yeah. Every part of me believed that Aaron Rodgers did everything in his power to not beat Brett Favre. Is Jordan Love doing the same with his predecessor?
That is deep.
So I think I understand there's a complicated fella thing with Rodgers, obviously, these days. But
And it seemed like Rodgers was good to Love, honestly.
Yes, that's you finished Tausch's sentence, now you finished mine. Because I think, not only did he manage to make himself a villain on his way out of town to make things much better for Jordan Love, following him as opposed to Favre.
That was
but
really good of him.
I think when Evan says he was hell-bent on not being Favre, that included doing everything he could to help Love. Now, do I believe in his heart of hearts that Aaron Rodgers didn't think that Jordan Love was going to be that good? And so it wasn't really threatening to him to help him because he didn't think it was going to be enough to get him to be a top-flight quarterback? I do. I do believe that. I don't think he was threatened by him.
That's interesting.
I don't think he was threatened by him, so he didn't have any problem helping
Was
him.
Favre
Whereas I think
threatened by
Favre
Rodgers?
was threatened by Rodgers. Yes, I believe that. Do you
I would
think
agree
that?
with you on that.
Yeah.
Yes, I do think that. I do think that after it definitely rebooted Brett. I think Brett was going, and I can remember in Chicago, we're taking photos with him. Is he coming back? Is he not? And when they drafted Rodgers, I think he got a little spur in his boot and said, blank these blankers. I'm going to blank and play for a while now. I do believe that happened.
Guys, one thing here. I know you got to run in a second, but I was in traffic just now, so I was stopped for a second. And I noticed there was a birthday email that went out for one Jesse Nelson, where internally you're asked questions, right, about different things in your life. There were some interesting questions and answers for Jesse's birthday, such as, what is your favorite song? Jesse said the Monday Night Football song. It's his favorite song.
Football guy.
Okay?
Nothing
That's
gets me
football,
more
right.
riled up than that Monday night. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah.
And this one's going to bother Tausch, not because of the person he picked, but because of who he didn't pick. If you could have any celebrity crash your birthday party, who would it be? And he said Matt Hamilton of Jim, Matt, and Molly on ESPN Madison, not Tausch, which is interesting considering he works with Tausch every day. And his all-time favorite movie, National Treasure, his all-time favorite movie.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Fantastic
It's a good little movie.
It's very weird. Very
Did you
weird.
know that these answers were going to be publicly disseminated?
I had a feeling. I mean, no, but yeah.
I mean,
Hey, Evan, last question before we let you go.
Yeah.
Tausch is done with that. Tausch is done
What
with
would
this.
you do? Would you ever
I like it.
insult? Would you ever insult your YouTube? Because we all are doing this because we have great fans. We have traditional audio listeners. We got the YouTube. We got Twitter. Would you ever think it's a good idea to insult your YouTube chatters? Is that ever good business?
only if that's your character.
Interesting.
If that is who you are and that's the character that you're playing, and you are basically, may he rest in peace, one of my grandfather's best friends growing up, the great Don Rickles, and you're an insult comic, and that's what you're doing, sure. If you're a part of a show that wants to gain an audience, not ideal.
I don't think that.
Wait a minute.
I don't think the person on here is an insult comic. I don't know for sure because
Who are we
I don't
talking
know
about?
everything.
Hello.
It's a hypothetical. It's a hypothetical.
Who are we talking about? Tell me who you're talking about.
We're talking about Jesse.
Good morning.
Jesse and decision making, not in lockstep, not linear.
He's got
as
some
Jason
Jordan
says.
Love in him. He's got a little Jordan Love. A little Jordan Love decision making.
More of a Favre.
All right, I'm super irritated right now because the fact that it's 10:03 Central Time, and I did not know that Evan's grandfather was close friends with Don Rickles, who I was a huge fan of in terms of his insult comedy.
Evan, could Don Rickles be
to know
effective?
more about this.
Could he be effective in today's culture?
No. Well, okay, no, hold on.
Okay.
Not effective. He would just be different. As sweet as Jason
What
in
does
his
that
book,
mean?
he mentioned my grandfather multiple times.
I'm gonna find
I
that.
don't know if Don Rickles' comedy plays in today's day and age. I don't know if it does.
I would.
You know that. You know one of the funniest Don Rickles.
This is on you, Jason, by the way. This is totally on you. We are ready to go to break, and now you bring up something that's super interesting.
It is super
So
interesting.
very quickly. Don Rickles is close to Tommy Lasorda, former Dodgers manager. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Spring training. Rickles told this story to Seinfeld on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee on Netflix. I had heard it before, but the way he told it was brilliant. So they're in spring training. Lasorda invites Rickles to go sit with him in the dugout. Puts him in a Dodgers uniform. They had a pitching change to make. They're both old men, white hair, short, a little stumpy. Lasorda sent Rickles out to make the pitching change. They never noticed. He wrote that on to the mound. He goes for the reliever, and it wasn't the manager. It was Don Rickles.
Now that's funny.
Evan, we wish you
Rick Honeycutt, come on out. And Rick Honeycutt's like, who the hell is this? Is this real?
Talking Dodgers relievers. Gotta love it.
Thanks, Evan.
I wonder if
Jansen,
Rick
Kelly
Honeycutt could
Jansen?
see.
Oh, no.
Jansen, Honeycutt, Eric
Welch?
Gagne? Is that a name? Gagne?
Yeah, but that was way
Yeah,
after.
but not Lasorda
Am I
era.
still on?
You are.
Yeah, you are. What else? What else would you like to
yeah.
add?
Bob Welsh, Mike Moore. These are some of the pitchers in Lasorda. Oral Hershiser, the late Fernando Valenzuela.
Well, those are starters, though. Yeah, those are starters. I'm trying to think of the old school relievers that they had.
Jesse Orozco was on the 88
Fernando,
World Series team?
R.I.P. to Fernando Valenzuela.
I
He
just
was
said
one of
Orozco,
Tom's guys.
of course, was on the 86 Mets, final out of the World Series.
Yep.
Indeed. His glove still hasn't come down. All right, we really need to go.
All right.
That was a fun little segment this morning. We covered a lot of ground.
It wasn't little.
Yeah.
A lot of hills we skied on that trip.
Yeah.
That is Evan Cohen. You can watch him and listen to him every weekday across ESPN Wisconsin and across ESPN on Unsportsmanlike. I do have the 1988 Dodgers roster in front of me. We're not going to delve into that.
Nelly!
More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Pizza Hut has a new deal on boneless wings you need to hear about. Mark Tauscher here, and introducing Pizza Hut's new Big Boneless Wing Bundle. Enjoy 16 crispy boneless wings in 2 different flavors, 2 dips, and a double order of fries, all for just $15.99. Perfect for game days, tailgates, or a night with the family. The Big Boneless Wing Bundle is the best thing to happen to pizza night since, well, pizza. Order the Big Boneless Wing Bundle at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Recovering from a Nebraska sweep on Friday, 7th-ranked Wisconsin swept Illinois on the road on Sunday. Head coach Kelly Sheffield joined the post-match show, applauding his team's response.
I couldn't have been more happy with how our players get themselves ready to go, and we talk about championship behaviors, and that's it. It demands your attention. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You've got a top 25 RPI team on the road, and you got to get yourself ready to play, and I thought we did an excellent job with that.
Catch every match on 100.5 ESPN, your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Pella's Windows and Doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for 60 months now through November 8th at PellaWI.com.
There's a clear choice for U.S. Senate. Career politician Tammy Baldwin wasted trillions of dollars and created crushing inflation. Baldwin opened our borders and gave taxpayer benefits to illegal immigrants. And she voted to put men in girls' sports. Businessman Eric Hovde will stop inflation, secure our border, and defend our Wisconsin values.
I'm Eric Hovde, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
Visit WisconsinVictoryJFC.com to give today. Paid for by Wisconsin Victory Committee.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
This is Devin Robinson from Badger Volleyball, here with Madison's best roofing, siding, and window company, Ridgetop Exteriors. I protect the net at the field house, and they protect your home. They're trusted, local, and affordable. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com today. That's ridgetopexteriors.com.
Looking to get away this winter? Well, now's your chance. Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. Our friends at Coors Light are giving away a Florida experience this December, and you could win. This trip for 2 includes a travel and hotel voucher, club-level tickets to the Boca Bowl on Wednesday, December 18th, and exclusive access to events surrounding the Boca Bowl. All you have to do is order an ice-cold Coors Light and scan the QR code at any of the following locations: Scotty Bar, Red Zone, Echo Tap, and Wando's. Coors Light. Enjoy responsibly.
Great mornings begin at Quick Trip, where this Veterans Day, breakfast for our nation's heroes is on us. As a heartfelt thank you, we're offering complimentary breakfast to all our veterans for their service. So enjoy any breakfast sandwich along with a 16-ounce coffee, milk, or juice. Just mention you're a veteran at checkout and start your day with a small token of our gratitude. Quick Trip, here for you, here for our veterans. Thank you for your service.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Give him hell, time to hate. Gonna live life till we're dead. Give me scars, give me pain. Then they'll say me.
Thanks to Evan Cohen. Make sure you check out Unsportsmanlike across ESPN Wisconsin every morning.
Twists and turns there.
It did. If you're
like a
like
ski
me,
hill. Moguls.
like Tim Dwight used to do. How did I?
Honest
here's
to
what
God,
bothers
that looks
me.
so painful.
Here's what
even
point
when my
in the
knees
game
were
did
good,
that happen? When did that happen?
I don't know. I'm
Because
not 100% sure when.
I had to have been walking the dogs because I did not hear this. Now, granted, when things were out of hand, was
Maybe
I
they
paying
cut
as
it.
close of attention?
Probably 35-10-ish range would be
Yeah,
my guess.
that sounds about right
It
for our
wasn't
walk.
early. It definitely wasn't
Yeah,
early.
because the game
It was
started at
third
6:30. I'm just disappointed I missed this. If you, like me, are sitting there wondering, Jesse Nelson's birthday today, Lisa Knuth, Caitlin Sharkey, who else's birthday is today?
I feel like Lisa Knuth should have been a sleuth. She should have been a detective. Like, it just fits.
The K's not silent unless it is, and I've been pronouncing her name wrong for as long as her son and our daughter have gone to school together.
Yama.
Knuth.
Or she could be a dentist, Lisa Knuth, checking your tooth.
That's true, too. That's the absolute truth.
I will check in with her. I don't think she regularly listens to the program, but she might want to listen to some of the clips of today. November 5th birthdays. R.I.P. to Bill Walton, who would have been 72 today. Those still with us that are celebrating birthdays. Kris Jenner, the matriarch of the Kardashian family. Odell Beckham Jr., Jason Kelsey.
Wow.
One of the Jonas brothers, I'm not sure which one this is, Kevin Jonas. And one of my favorite musicians, he does not do the Monday Night Football theme song, but from the 80s, Bryan Adams. Those are your November 5th birthdays in addition to Jesse's. There's a lot of TikTok and YouTube stars. Oh, and Jose Canseco's daughter, Josie. So there you go. Those are your November 5th birthdays that are celebrating along with Jesse. All right, I want to get to the exchange. What's the matter?
That was brutal. I felt like, welcome to 107.5. That was, I don't know what we just did right there.
I thought that might interest you. I guess I was wrong.
Bill Walton was interesting.
Oh,
and then when
so
you started
Bill
naming
Walton...
Jonas Brothers and TikTok enthusiasts, I'm kind of like, what the hell are we doing here?
Hey,
But
speaking
that's
of TikTok, did you see the woman in Milwaukee who dressed up as David Gruber and went viral on TikTok for being David Gruber for Halloween?
I didn't, but I bet it was fun.
And then David Gruber had her to his office, and they met, and they did a little piece on TMJ4 News. David's everywhere, man, and he is beloved. When people think of Milwaukee, they think of David. And if you are thinking about a Halloween costume for next year, obviously that's not a bad one to choose. You might go viral again. And she's apparently friends with Josh DiMaggio. It's a small world after all. Kayla, great job, Kayla, dressing as David Gruber. And I hope that's your only interaction with David. You never have to call. One call, that's all, because you've never been injured in an accident. But if you have been, that's the call to make. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Grubelof's is one call. That's all. The 10 o'clock hour starts very late in 2 minutes. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. It's NFL trade deadline day, 3 o'clock Central Time this afternoon. The NFL's trade deadline. No assumptions, but likely the Green Bay Packers will not make a move before the 3 o'clock deadline. Stay tuned, though, if they do, all day right here on 100.5 ESPN. And check out the latest from ESPN Packers reporter Rob Demovsky and the rest of ESPN's NFL Nation over at ESPNWisconsin.com. Head coach Matt LaFleur meeting with the media yesterday, looking to the bye week, saying everybody needs to get better this week.
There's got to be a focus on one thing that we can all improve upon, because all of us can improve in some area. I wanted our guys to know that leaving the building, so that when they come back on Monday, that not only can they work on it on their own for the next 6 days or whatever, but when we get back and have practice next Monday, there's got to be an intentionality behind that.
Plenty more to dissect. Wilde and Tausch coming up next, 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin on Demand. Basketball, all the college teams except Green Bay won last night, the regular season opener. Bucks lost in Cleveland. They only have one win.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour. I would have gone Summer of 69. This sounds a little yacht rocky. Welcome back to 94.5, your classic hits here on Wilde and Tausch. I bet you're asking, hey, since you're doing birthdays, who shares a birthday with Mark Tauscher on June 17th? Well, let me tell you.
Is it Brian Adams?
No. June 17th birthdays, Barry Manilow, Venus Williams, Kendrick Lamar, Will Forte, and Dan Jansen, friend of show, also shared those birthdays.
Very nice.
All right, I would like to. I'm really surprised that you didn't. You really poo-pooed that. I'm disappointed.
No, I like the Bill Walton part. We already went through Lisa
The only
Knuth
reason I did it is because you sent
start
the Bill
naming
Walton
TikTok
thing.
observers. Like, I don't give two
I didn't name
rips.
any
What-
TikTok observers, and you're a
You
huge
said
Jose
it.
Canseco guy.
Am I?
I don't know. You follow him on Twitter. You send us his tweets sometimes. I don't
He
follow
sends
him.
stuff. I
Well,
see his stuff.
That's what
Yeah,
you do. You
he's
send stuff.
interesting.
I did not have to send Jesse my exchange yesterday with Matt LaFleur. Jesse, you've listened to this before we play it.
I have.
What did you think?
Lot to unpack from it. A little contentious at times.
It was definitely not contentious.
Demovsky kind of got it started. Battle of wits, maybe at the podium between the beat writers and the head coach, and trying to.
Well, you know who's going to win that.
Yeah, it was tough. He calling people out in the middle of his answer that I don't understand why. Like, I kind of
Did you bring up the $100
back and forth
per day?
No, it didn't feel like the right time
because it was a little contentious.
No, we exchanged
Sounds
texts
like it.
afterward, but it was I enjoyed it. I like matching wits. It's one of the reasons why, I mean, except for being poo-pooed for the birthday list, that I enjoy doing the show with Tausch, because he challenges you. He's a challenge, let me tell you.
Good verbal joust yesterday at the podium.
Yeah.
Good joust.
So I want Tausch to listen to this, because I think embedded in our back and forth, which was definitely not contentious, maybe annoying, but not contentious. I think we have our
that might
answer.
Be a good way to that might be a good way to describe you.
I take back every nice thing I said, and I know on June 17th you will not be getting a birthday present. All right, so I think within this back and forth, you will get a clearer picture, and it's, spoiler alert, something you and I have been talking about when it comes to Jordan Love. You'll get a clearer picture of what he is frustrated with. So we're going to play that next so we can get back on the clock because of Don Rickles and everything else that happened earlier in the program. So, Tausch, take this opportunity to tell us about Kohler Services.
If you need a bath or shower remodel, that could be a great birthday present. Turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer, providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door. A free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation. Well, you know that's always included. Again, KohlerServicesWI.com.
All right, Jesse's got the video queued up. He's got the audio queued up. Everyone can participate, even you YouTube dwellers. We'll all do it together. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, reminding you there's no better product and no better taste than delicious Grassland butter. I'm counting the days until our Thanksgiving feast, and you know what I'm most looking forward to? Well, not the stuffing, not the mashed potatoes, and not even the turkey. I can't wait to spread that pure and delicious taste of Grassland butter on everything I can. You can always count on Grassland to produce the highest quality butter right from farm to your Turkey Day table. Grassland has been producing that high quality butter since 1904. That's more than 5 generations. And we can all be thankful for the hard-working Wisconsin dairy farmers that help produce the highest quality ingredients that give Grassland its rich flavor. Thank you, farmers, and thank you, Wisconsin, from Grassland Dairy. Butter better with better butter. Learn more about Grassland's story and check out some creative new recipes at grasslandbutter.com. Grassland Dairy, crafting butter for 5 generations.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Join me and the Dean, Dennis Semrau, this Friday for Level 3 of the WIAA playoffs as we have top-seeded Wanakee playing host to 7th-seeded DC Everest. The Warriors are on the hunt for their 8th state title, but don't underestimate the Evergreens, who have crushed the 2 and 3 seeds and hope to slay another giant. Coverage starts this Friday at 6:30 exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella? How'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for 60 months.
Visit PellaWI.com.
Hold your appointment on or before November 8th. Certain restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly opened Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Get more per pour at the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company is a Madison original, brewing award-winning craft beers for 30 years. And now, it's time for their bigger and better happy hour. Every Monday through Thursday from 3 until 6 p.m., enjoy 20-ounce pints of the Great Dane's flagship beers for only $3. From Crop Circle Wheat to the Old Glory APA. Head to one of their 4 locations, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, and East Madison. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
I'm not afraid of getting old, and I want less day. From dying young, I see the light and go past my shoulder. I'm one less day from dying young, and I'm not afraid of getting older. I'm one less day from dying.
All right, I'm excited to play this because I really enjoyed this, and more importantly, as I tell you all the time, I feel like it got a good answer. It's a little convoluted, but so are my questions. Now, there's also part of me that remembers the good old days when these weren't broadcast for everyone to watch. So I hope people understand that the coach and I understand. I'm a little annoying at times. In fact, we had a text exchange in which I acknowledged that. But I appreciated his answer here because I am a very naturally curious person. I want to understand things. Things that I don't understand and can't understand frustrate me. And so this was a very simple, for me, question, but a not exactly simple answer. We're trying to understand why Jordan Love was so protective and so smart with the football to end last season, or at least the last 8 games of the regular season and the Cowboys game, and hasn't been this season. So that is the backdrop for this. And you YouTube dwellers, enjoy this. You'll get to watch.
Dwellers. Audio and video courtesy of Packers.com.
Let's do it.
Were you under center a little bit less just to try to help Jordan and not have
Yes. Where were we at yesterday? I think I said that, Rob. I'm just kidding. But I did say that, I think. It's okay.
I'll be better at
I tune myself out sometimes too, so.
Speaking of things you said yesterday, at the risk of being really annoying, now that it's not the heat of right after the game.
Thanks, Ryan.
Welcome.
Can you help me understand what the through line is for Jordan? That the same guy that threw 1 interception in the final 8 games has thrown 10 in 6.5 games.
Yeah, I would say, again, every situation is a little bit different. I think you do have to factor in the situation, though, of when you're going to play really aggressive and when you play the next play. And I think certainly in a game of just the complexion of the game yesterday, being that it was 10-3, you're in a 2-minute drive. It all started with the protection. We didn't protect the right way. So there was some leakage inside that flushed him out of the pocket. I think he would agree with you that in that situation, he's just got to throw the ball away and live to play the next down. I do think that's one of his strengths is his ability to make off schedule and not wanting to give up on a play. And I admire that, but I think it's just you got to factor in the situations. There's certain times, certainly in a 2-minute drill, I would tell you is one of those times. unless it's like, you're on the plus side out of field goal range and there's very few seconds left. I also think in the red area, because there was one late in the game in the fourth quarter where he probably held it a click too long and the ball got hit and it was in harm's way. And but I think every play is a little bit different. So just to make a blanket statement, I don't think that's fair.
So the interception yesterday, though, you're being aggressive there, right? I mean, the play, if it's blocked up well, you've got Reed down the field, right?
Yeah.
So you have an aggressive mentality too, and you like that about you.
Yeah, I mean, I think every situation. Here's what I tell you. I thought we were protecting pretty well. I thought he was having time to progress through the reads, and they brought a pressure. I mean, it was a good look. We call it a coffee house, where they had two backers mugged up in the A gaps. They had Joseph down on the weak side, and they brought 4 to the weak side. And basically the backer bluffed like he was going to drop, and then he came. And so we got fooled on the protection. But I felt like, and it was a longer developing play. Obviously, if I had to go back in time, I would rather have a quick hitter and just get the ball out of our hands and then get on the ball and play the next play. But, I thought our protection was pretty good. I thought we had a chance to dial something up down the field. And obviously, hindsight's 20/20, but it didn't work out very well. And that was obviously a pivotal play in the game when you think about, okay, usually you're thinking, at least what I was thinking was, worst case scenario, it's 10-3 at halftime, and they get the ball, knowing that they get the ball. And then they went down. We had a critical penalty. They go down and score. And so instead of worst case scenario being 17-3, now you're down 24-3. And that is, it was obviously too much to overcome. That is a tough deal when you're playing a really good football team.
Last thing. So the fine line for you is, you love his talent, you love his mentality, you love his aggressiveness. It's just making sure that he understands that sometimes the situation just doesn't call for all those good qualities that he has. Fair?
Yeah, I think every situation, like I said, is a little bit different.
Matt, we've obviously.
I don't know if I answered you, but
You didn't have to know, but
that's probably a good thing. Because I'm not answering you the way I really want to answer you right now.
Now I want to know what that is.
Okay. No, I just, he's competing. He's a competitor. I think every situation is a learning experience. Unfortunately, that was a bad one, and hopefully we'll be better for it next game versus the Bears.
All right, Tausch, turn on your translator hat. I know there was a lot to take in.
I don't love so I like his banter. He doesn't really mean he's just kidding. Like, he just said, he keeps saying just kidding. Well,
so
no,
I
he's not.
I clipped that, the part where he says, I'm not going to say answer the way I really want to answer. So I clipped that. I texted him. I'm like, all right, you got to tell me now what you're going to say. And he insisted that he was just giving me, I can't say the word, but grief. And I said, look, always come at you from a place of respect, because I do. But I think in there we heard, and I thought my summary question that he didn't answer summarized pretty well what he was saying. You tell me what you thought while you listened.
Well, I enjoyed his breakdown on his thought process. That was, about down 10-3 and at worst 17, whatever it would be. But what he's really saying is he does not want Jordan Love to start dialing it back. I think it's more about the situational awareness. That was the big phrase that I took from that. And understanding not every play is going to be a home run. They got crossed up. Give Detroit credit. They called a blitz package that they didn't think was coming. They thought they had a big play. They wanted to take that shot. They thought they had protection, and for the most part, they did. They protected pretty well against that defense. And so I don't blame him for all that. You can't just say, oh, shucks, it's got to be, let's see that growth. Because we saw it in the Rams in a somewhat similar scenario where you're backed up. Maybe this wasn't at the end of a half, but you're trying to make something happen because that's your mentality. And we love that about him. But you have to understand what the game calls for. And at that point, with the slop and the way your defense wasn't getting run all over, and you were running the football really effectively, I would have liked there for a screen or kind of that, we used to call that a nudge, where you just kind of nudge and see how that drive plays. You got to get that first down. Then your defense is on its heels. Your offense is kind of rolling. You got that momentum, and you feel like you can go down and get points. Taking a shot early puts yourself in that vulnerable spot where you can make that critical mistake. So I would argue, for as much as it's about Jordan Love's situational awareness, I hope Matt LaFleur also looks at that from his perspective and says, maybe I need to be smarter about it. And he said that. Hey, I should have just called a quick hitter. Yeah, you always want to get moving. You don't need to take the big shot. Got choked up. You don't need to take that big shot. Be smart. You can't have a mistake like you did.
All right, so here's the thing. So I think, and I don't want to speak for Jordan, but after watching the play back on NFL Plus, you can see, and I wrote about it in the State Journal if you want to check out Madison.com, because we can't run the actual, we've already run the LaFleur video, we can't run the play video. But he is wide, blank, and open down the field. And if they do block it up, it's a big play. And it is a momentum-changing play. It might even be a 62-yard touchdown play, but at the very least, we're talking a 30 or 40-yard gain. I mean, there is nobody around him. But as he's turning his head to look for the ball, Jordan Love is already retreating and running to his right because he's under pressure. The problem is, and I want to make sure that I give credit here because this was pointed out too in some of my mentions. The problem is, and this is from Jim, what is the upside of completing the pass to Jacobs? Right? There's under a minute left.
Well,
you no. You throw
the
it.
Clock running.
The clock keeps running. It's going to be what, a 3 or 4 yard gain? You're probably not going to pick up a lot.
Break a tackle. It's sloppy out. Maybe you pick up a first down.
But I think you had a big play dialed up. It's gotten wrecked. You just got to throw the ball out of bounds. You're out of the tackle box. And that's what we're talking about here with him. And I think that is, I don't want to say fixable, because of course it's fixable. He knows better than that. I think it is just part of the process. So for those that are down on him and think, okay, this is how he's always going to be, I'm just not in that crowd, man. I am in the growth is not linear crowd, and this was, unfortunately, another growth moment that springs from a boneheaded decision. Throw it out of bounds. Maybe even you dial up the play again. Who knows? But the bottom line is LaFleur's right. Because you hit the big play great. Yes, you would have loved to have called a quick hitting play, so this isn't an issue. But if you throw the ball away, it ain't over. And at the very least, you're going into the locker room 10-3, trailing by a touchdown. And that's the awareness that he does not consistently have because he believes in what he's capable of doing. He just has to be more selective about when he realizes, I can't be Superman here. The smart play here is to take a beat, have a meal with Lois, and don't throw the ball.
And that comes from experience, and that's where that question that Evan asked about, how much time you view what Jordan has done. What does he have, 25 starts in him? I think that's about the right number. There is still more to learn and to grow. I think the biggest question marks about Jordan Love have been answered. Can he be accurate enough with the football, and can he make the big boy throws? Those answers are yes. Now, can his decision-making get better? Yes. I think the big questions I always have is, can a guy sit in the pocket and deliver throws on 3rd and 6? Can they make tight window throws in the red zone? And can they get to their progressions and make good decisions? He's got to get to that third. And he's gotten there, but he hasn't been consistent enough because that position is a lot like playing offensive line. You can have 23 great throws, but if you have 3 bad ones, you're going to get your blank beat.
Right?
You can have 60 great pass sets. You have 2 bad ones, you get a strack, you get your blank beat.
Yep.
It's a hard job because other spots you can make mistakes and you can overcome it. You can overcome these mistakes against bad football teams. You can't, and that was what happened on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was disappointed, but I'm not discouraged.
And I encourage you to tune in to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks dives deep into Bucks in 6, that culture that was unknowingly created by former Bucks star Brandon Jennings. Take a look inside the Brandon Jennings story, the origin of Bucks in 6, how it became the rallying cry that it did, and what it truly means to Jennings and Bucks fans alike. Find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. All right, there was something else that Matt LaFleur talked about yesterday that I want to get to, and that is the bye week plans. He said it. We put way too much focus on the bye week. He's right. I mean, they're constantly evaluating and self-scouting. So it's not like when Tausch played, when it was this big deal where, first of all, you didn't get to leave right away. And if you lost the game before, you had an extra practice before he would let you go. That ain't the case anymore. But the coaches also have a little different schedule. I'll explain that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At MadisonWeightLoss.com, we know the secret. Our unique weight loss program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back naturally, safely, and effectively. If you'd like to lose unhealthy fat without counting points, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects, go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation in person or virtually.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. I'm celebrating a birthday this week, and I'm also celebrating how I haven't felt or looked as good as I do right now in years. It's all thanks to Madison Weight Loss. In 60 days, I dropped 40 pounds of unwanted fat simply by changing up my diet. With expert coaching and guidance, trust me, Madison Weight Loss is the real deal.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. For your free private weight loss consultation, call 608-774-7241 or go to MadisonWeightLoss.com. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. What is a better buying experience? Well, that's the thing. You get to define it. It is the experience that is customized to you. What experience do you want at a car dealership? They can be your trusted friend or your trusted expert. So if you're in the market for a new or new to you Silverado, Colorado, Blazer, Trailblazer, remember, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience. And that's at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Forward Madison FC has advanced to the playoff semifinals. Join us at Breeze Stevens Field on November 9th at 6 p.m. as the Mingos continue their playoff campaign, or come out early for a pregame tailgate at 5 p.m. Bring the energy as we pack the stadium and get loud for the boys in pink and blue as they hunt to hoist the league trophy. Try our family special and get a match ticket, a meal, and an FMFC scarf for only $21 each. Get your playoff tickets now at forwardmadisonfc.com.
Hey, this is John Audius, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball play-by-play broadcaster. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand, Madison's new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
We got trivia coming up, but before that,
double trivia or single trivia?
No, we're saving double trivia for tomorrow.
Oh, I love it.
Because you love the geography. And plus,
I do.
Is Up North Mike or whatever?
Oh, it's Jim.
Jim.
It's Joe.
Jim.
And
Up North Joe. Did he wish you a happy birthday?
I think he's a good skier. Joe did wish me a happy birthday this morning as he was getting ready to send trivia. I don't think he remembered that it's going to be double trivia tomorrow.
So he's got to do double.
And far be it from you to do one of them for him.
We'll see. Well, should we have Joe do both, or should we have Joe and then somebody else go up against Joe, and we could have the whole
I think
deal
we have
going on
competing
here?
Joes.
No,
Pros versus Joe's trivia. That could be
now
fun.
Now we're on to something.
Who's the pro?
That's a great question. I don't know who the pro in the pros versus Joes would be.
I'll have Holzhauer from Jeopardy make 3 for us.
In fairness to the other contestant, though, I think we probably need Joe to do all 6 because he's got he's a tough
he's
question
done a really
guy.
Good job.
So everyone should kind of have the same, first of all, at least his answers are generally accurate.
Well, he's done 3.
Higher percentage than you.
Boy, but God, his 3 were so thought-provoking last week.
That's fair. He did say that he is now at the point where anytime he hears an interesting Wisconsin fact in his daily life, he's writing it in the notes folder on his phone to go back and refer to it later on.
Wow, what?
To come up with trivia.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm obviously a big fan of Tier 1 Tyler. He's a good dude.
Love
he brings
him.
us bubblers.
No doubt.
I think Up North Joe might be passing Tyler in my Jesse Nelson power rankings. Yeah.
Come on.
No, he's not there. He's not there yet.
Such a
He's
prisoner
not
of the
there
moment.
yet. I'm saying he's coming. He's
I
bringing
think
it.
he might be passing Tyler, is what you said.
He's coming. I know. I didn't say he has passed Tyler. A couple bubblers
He's in the
might
act
help
of
to
passing him.
sweeten
Yes.
the pot.
All right. I was going to talk about how the bye week is overblown, but forget it. Let's just play trivia. Jesse, what is today's?
What did you take? Hold up a second. What did you take away? Don't be all pouty.
So he's
McGee.
given. I'm not pouting. I was definitely not pouting.
Yeah, you kind of.
I was trying to keep us on the clock.
Was that a little pouty?
I don't know how to answer this.
That's because he's afraid of me.
He is. I'm not sure why, but he is.
LaFleur is letting the coaches, and you know me, I love this. He's giving them basically the week to work on the projects they've been assigned remotely. They don't have
Take
to
a beat.
sit in
Get
the
a meal.
office. Yeah, have a meal with
a beat.
Lois. I love that. Like, coaches are so obsessive, right? And you know this. I mean, I love Mike Sherman, right? Really a good human being. But he was a grinder. And working for him and playing for him and having all those extra meetings. He wore you down. And I say that as someone who loves the guy, but it was a lot. And now here we are 20 years later, and Matt LaFleur saying, all right, here's your project, get in during the week, but you can do it from home so you can spend time with your families and go to your kids' sporting events. And I think that's a healthier approach because I don't think in 2024, when you're self-evaluating on a weekly basis, you need to turn the bye week into this, we just have to do such a deep dive into what we've done in the first 9 games. If you're doing your job right, you already have a pretty clear picture of what you've done in the first 9 games, especially with the technological advances that Mike Sherman's team didn't have. And you can do this. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong, but they're still going to grind. That's what coaches do. They
true.
grind because they love grinding, and that's why coaches, they don't quit coaching. Coaching quits them.
Is that like you don't retire from the NFL retires you? Is that the coaching equivalent?
You tell me a coach that leaves knowingly on his own terms. Tell me one. Tell me a coach that's left on his own terms.
Marv Levy.
You sure?
No. Mike Shanahan leaving Denver.
Nah, he still is out there helping. He would have still jumped in another job.
Well, he did. I mean, he ended up being Washington's coach, and that's where
So he
LaFleur
doesn't. They don't leave.
So
They can't
leaves
get it out of
leaves
their blood.
coaching entirely is what you're saying. Not,
Saban.
Coaches. Maybe Saban. All right, I'll give you Saban. That's 1 in 7 million.
7 million. We do not have 7 million votes in our poll, but again, even without the boost of a blue check mark paid for by me to Elon Musk, your guy, 811 votes without the blue check mark. So this must be a good poll because I'm not getting the boost that Elon wants me to pay for. The question is this. The NFL trade deadline is at 3 p.m. Wisconsin time. By 3:01, what do you think the Packers will have done? Your choices: acquired someone, traded away someone, or nothing. Nothing right now leading 77.1%. Traded away someone 4.8%. Acquired someone 18.1%. So 18% of you think something's going to happen today.
They want something to happen. I don't think they actually believe something's going to happen.
That's a really good distinction. All right, let's play trivia. Jesse, who did the work for you today, and what caller would they like?
I put in the work today, Jason. Hardest working
Birthdays!
guy. No, it's even though it is
Badger birthday trivia.
Even though it is a birthday, an election day, and a trade deadline day, it is also Badgers Trivia Tuesday. And anything to avoid
What a good day for presidents' birthdays. That would have been our way of jumping into the political.
Check out question number 3.
No,
I'm not
don't let. He's not. First of all, he's not going to look. Secondly,
yeah,
I just have visions of the Cranberry Marsh question many, many moons ago, where we basically gave that away moments before the question was asked.
Question 3 is a very tough question, one of the toughest questions maybe we've ever asked as Badgers Trivia Tuesday, but it is an appropriate question for the day that Tausch will enjoy. So whoever's going to compete today
and
has
he
the
may
work
not
cut
get
out for
right,
them.
frankly. All right. What's the Badgers' record now? 5-4?
That is correct.
So the Badgers have played 9 games. 9 games. Caller 9.
I'm not a big fan of double buys either. I know that sounds crazy. I don't love double buys. I don't.
I love double buys, and I cannot lie. You do love Tito's vodka, so be ready to tell us about that instead.
Pour me in, Coach. I jumped the gun. That's my bad. That's my bad, old boy.
5 yards, back him up.
Mental mistakes. Pre-snap penalties.
Well, Kansas City's right tackle false started in overtime. They didn't call it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that they would get away with something.
What is old boy doing? Go for 2. What are you thinking? Come on, man. We want the Chiefs to win every blanking game. Go beat them. Frustrating. Todd Bowles. Come on.
Caller 9. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 9, and then when Jesse answers and says, "You're caller 9," you say, pour me into trivia, Coach.
Indeed, from a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, you root for your favorite team with your favorite team spirit. Stack a Spicy Bloody, salt the rim of a Tito Rita, or take home the win with Tito's and whatever your heart desires. You're calling the game. You change up your roster or wash that lucky jersey as long as you make Tito's your first-round bottle pick. Whose house? Oh, it's Tito's house. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on ESPN Madison. Listen to every match all season long on 100.5 ESPN and streaming everywhere on Wisconsin On Demand. Recovering from a Nebraska sweep on Friday, 7th-ranked Wisconsin swept Illinois on the road on Sunday. Head coach Kelly Sheffield joined the post-match show applauding his team's response.
I couldn't have been more happy with how our players get themselves ready to go, and we talk about championship behaviors, and that's it. It demands your attention. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You've got a top 25 RPI team on the road, and you got to get yourself ready to play, and I thought we did an excellent job with that.
Catch every match on 100.5 ESPN, your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for 60 months now through November 8th at PellaWI.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we're the cold weather experts, offering unbeatable deals on the gear and supplies you need to get ready for winter. Like 30% off all zero exposure outerwear for the family. Get $100 off a Cub Cadet 2-stage snow thrower. Get $120 instant savings when you buy 4 Goodyear tires. Rewards members save an extra $50. Plus, get up to $100 in additional savings by consumer rebate when you buy 4.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Your current car, soon to be your old car. A new car? Better start looking. But you've got this, just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score and score monitoring on most new consumer checking accounts. Because when you know you need to make a big purchase, Knowing your credit score puts you in the driver's seat. You've got this with free credit monitor from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
The wheels of justice seem to grind slowly at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Because was it not last week that Tyler Buss was our
Papa? We call him Papa, right?
Now wait a minute. Is Tyler?
Oh my God! Every time.
Well, I want to make sure I'm getting this right. Is
it's
Tyler?
Papa.
This is not Grandpa. This
Tyra's brother or dad?
That's it's brother.
Here, just ask him.
Well, you've ruined the setup now. This has been
I
known.
didn't do anything.
Have a little fun. Gosh.
So last week, Tyler played trivia. We informed him he was ineligible, but he brought up an excellent point of the idea of, hey, if I have someone local who could pick up the prize pack, then I should be eligible. And then Jesse, because he's the king of the red tape, now we got to have meetings and conversations, and the rules need to be rewritten and this, that, and the next thing. And so lo and behold, it's Tuesday again. So who's here? Tyler Buss as our contestant. Once again, and again, he's either, based on the information that no one seems to be able to give me, he's either Brad Davison's father-in-law or his brother-in-law. Tyler, which are you?
Proud brother-in-law.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I told you that.
They call him Pawpaw.
Yeah, that was 2 or 3 episodes ago. Not in the last
right.
one. I've now gotten it figured out.
So, Tyler, I regret to inform you that you are still ineligible, which was the point of the wheels of justice grind slowly, that a week later, after you prompted a intensive review of our policies, nothing has changed. Nothing.
Well, to be fair, Jesse did think about sending an email, right? Isn't that what he said last week? He thought about sending an email.
So we're
getting closer. I'm gonna keep calling every week and see if we can't just. I'm committed to this now.
You're all in. All right. Well,
I did send a Teams message about it, and by the way, Teams message I forgot in the power rankings earlier, much lower than the Facebook message for happy birthday. I don't want a Teams message saying happy birthday.
Yeah. Although I am here to inform everyone. The good news is that Jesse is very excited because it is his birthday, you know. And sources close to the program indicating that your aunt is going to make her famous tort for you. Is that true?
Perhaps. That is my favorite dessert, so we'll see.
Because I learned that.
Toward Aunt Sandy.
Aunt Sandy. All right, Tyler, let's play trivia. I don't know if you're going to win anything or not, and I don't really care. All right, here's question 1.
Jeez.
Tausch, you want to sit this out? You want me to handle this for you?
Yeah, I'm going to sit out. Yep,
Okay.
I'll sit this one.
Thank you for your lack of service. Question 1, Tyler, is this. Which opponent did the Wisconsin men's basketball team defeat at the Kohl Center last night in their regular season opener? Was it Holy Cross, Abilene Christian, or Central Corinthians State?
That'd be Holy Cross.
1 for 1.
Kind of a choppy first half by all accounts on Twitter last night. I didn't watch, but very choppy first half of ball.
Speaking of choppy, question 2 is this. For the second time in 3 weeks, when Wisconsin volleyball hosts number 3 Penn State on Saturday at the Fieldhouse, the match will be nationally televised on which of these major networks? And hopefully it goes better than the last one that was nationally televised. Will it be on ABC, NBC, or CBS?
Let's go NBC.
Another Badgers doubleheader. Except the Badgers don't play this week in football, so I guess that doesn't work. All right,
and volleyball actually swept Purdue on NBC. The Nebraska.
It was the Nebraska one wasn't on national.
That was a Big
television.
Ten network game. Yeah,
We're
good on NBC. Well, volleyball's good on NBC.
And Tim Dwight and Jeremy Bloom also very good on NBC. All right, question 3. This is the one that Tausch is going to play along with.
Yep. Yeah, I'm ready.
Tyler, this is it. Which of these presidential last names is also the last name of a player currently listed on the Wisconsin Badgers football roster?
Wow.
And Ashcraft is not among the options. Is
Tough
it?
game for Ashcraft.
He did, yes. Is it McKinley, Pierce, or Kennedy?
Let's try Pierce.
Tausch?
I'm going to say McKinley.
Ooh, one of you is right. Long snapper Duncan McKinley.
Yeah, Duncan McKinley. Old Dunkster. Old Dunkster.
Oh, Dunkalicious.
Not an easy one. No.
All right, Tyler, you got 2 out of 3 right. If you were eligible, you'd have 3 of the possible 4 entries into the drawing. Now, it is Tuesday.
He's a blue golder, I think, right? Isn't he an Eau Claire
He
guy?
is. Why do we have 3 long snappers on the roster?
Because you never know. You never can have enough good long snappers. You can't.
So Duncan McKinley is not the number 1 long snapper?
No, he is not. There's a 6th-year guy from Cincinnati who is the primary long snapper.
Okay, good to know. Tyler, I don't think you're going to be eligible by Friday's drawing based on the effort that Jesse is or is not displaying.
Count on that. No.
So we appreciate your loyalty to the show. Say hi to your dad for us and your brother-in-law and Papa. And we'll talk to you again soon.
And be watching. There may actually be some breaking news from the Davison family today. I don't know if I'm supposed to say too much, but it's a big day for them today.
Whoa! No, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler, can you? No, hold up.
No, it's
if
Jesse's
Tyler
birthday,
sends Jesse hold up. If Tyler sends Jesse a text during our on-air, we will give the Peter Jennings ABC News breaking news sounder if there's news to be had today. Is that fair, Jesse?
Very fair. And
this poor child. Such a great family. But do you really want to share your birthday with Jesse?
When would Tyra be open to would we want a sideline reporter to get like an in-depth
Players only.
Okay.
Digi only. Tyler,
let's go Papa.
Wish them our warmest
Papa's
thoughts.
here live with Tyler and Brad. Oh my God.
Tyler,
Tell me that wouldn't be good.
Tyler, we need to get you out of here, buddy. Thanks
you're great. And I can't think of a better way for Maya to share, a better guy to share a birthday with than Jesse. So maybe this
You don't mean that. You don't mean it.
Fun.
You're just sucking up to
Jesse,
get the rules changed.
This has to move Tyler up the power rankings on tierdom of your friends. That has to.
Well, Tyler's not one of my friends. I talked to him when he called.
But he is now. He just told you all that.
It's big
He went
news,
from not
yeah.
being on your list to he's at least in the tierdom. Yeah,
sure. You like to hang out once.
Fam has something going on. Please help me.
Packer fans, ready for some game day excitement or breaking news excitement? Yeah, we are. Next time you're at Lambeau, stop by the American Family Insurance Titletown House and experience the thrill of making a game-saving play with our interactive Protect the End Zone game. Plus, don't miss out on all the amazing giveaways, exclusive Packers merch to special prizes. There is something for everyone. Visit us at Titletown to make your game day unforgettable. For more info, check out amfam.com/Packers. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Jesse, put this down on your notes. We're going to send the Bus family a Wilde and Tausch onesie. A little Wilde and Tausch onesie.
We don't have one of those.
But we'll find one. Jason, Lord knows you got stuff in your basement.
I don't have Wilde and Tausch onesies.
I'm not
Gutenberg. I don't have a printing press down here. I will reach out to I got to do new shirts for the girls basketball team for this year. We will get him a Wilde and Tausch logo to put on a onesie as well.
Yes.
Put that on my to-do list.
Oh, I saw something you'd have been salivating over yesterday. I saw a box of hangers just sitting in this spot, and I was going to take a picture and send it out. I didn't.
How much do you think I could get for them?
That's exactly what I was curious about.
Well, it's all marketing. We need to get to the 11 o'clock hour, which will include Power Rankings Tuesday. Not power ranking NFL teams, of course. It'll be ranking people who aren't Jesse's friends.
If I may. Mm-hmm. I got a question on the private talk and text line from Danny in Bristol that is asking Wilde's opinion on the quarterback conversation we just had. I will be fascinated to ask and for Jason to answer in 2 minutes.
You're going to be fascinated to ask?
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Pizza Hut has a new deal on boneless wings you need to hear about. Mark Tauscher here, and introducing Pizza Hut's new Big Boneless Wing Bundle. Enjoy 16 crispy boneless wings in 2 different flavors, 2 dips, and a double order of fries, all for just $15.99. Perfect for game days, tailgates, or a night with the family. The Big Boneless Wing Bundle is the best thing to happen to pizza night since, well, pizza. Order the Big Boneless Wing Bundle at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by the Kelly Sheffield Show. Wisconsin volleyball head coach Kelly Sheffield joins play-by-play broadcaster John Audius every week for an in-depth look at the team. Watch new episodes of the Kelly Sheffield Show weekly video streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. It is NFL trade deadline day, among other things. The Green Bay Packers not expected to make a deal by 3 p.m. Central Time this afternoon, but you never know what general manager Brian Gutekunst might be up to. Meanwhile, over at ESPNWisconsin.com, you can check out this week's ESPN NFL Power Rankings, and where Rob Demovsky says the Packers' biggest remaining game on the schedule lies this season. It's not this week, it's the bye. Head coach Matt LaFleur says everybody's got something to improve this week.
There's got to be a focus on one thing that we can all improve upon, because all of us can improve in some area. I wanted our guys to know that leaving the building, so that when they come back on Monday, that not only can they work on it on their own for the next 6 days or whatever, when we get back and have practice next Monday, there's got to be an intentionality behind that.
Meanwhile, basketball, Wisconsin, Marquette, UW, Milwaukee, all winners in the regular season openers last night. Bucks lost to the Cavaliers.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You know, this show has been so all over the map that I just realized that I still hadn't replied to Marco Rivera, who I think was reaching out to a different Jason in South Dakota about the buck that he bagged while he was hunting.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I'm reaching out to him now. He must be in a deer stand somewhere, so I don't know if he's going to be able to join the program, but be that as it may. York, it was Danny in Bristol, not Marco in Texas, who texted
Danny in
you
Bristol,
this question.
and I have Danny in Bristol's a very great Wilde and Tausch fan.
He is,
and he'll shoot questions over. He is a monster Packer fan and pretty knowledgeable. And in fairness, I give him credit. He was calling for the Rodgers trade after his second MVP season, and
he was
not
right.
a popular. He would have been right.
Yep.
I think he had worn tired of the Rodgers stuff. He felt like Jordan. I don't know what made him feel that way, but that was the road he wanted. He just wanted a fresh start, and turns out he would have been right. But he wants to, and he does a little Wilde here. I'd love to hear Wilde's opinion because he's watched practice and all these quarterbacks for 30-plus years, and he is such a great reporter.
Wait, did he really write all those things?
No, I added that. But he's seen young teams and he's seen veteran teams. And how does a young team with a young QB practice, vice versa, a veteran QB with a veteran team? And how have you noticed? Because you started talking about the situational awareness and all of the stuff that we've talked a lot about. What have you noticed over the course of time when Brett was young compared to Aaron was young compared to now when Jordan is just getting started in his career? Did you notice anything different about how guys practiced as they got older and when you get into these decision-making processes?
So
I am fascinated to ask that question, sir.
Okay. You're fascinated by the answers to questions. You're not fascinated by questions. But be that as it may.
I disagree with that.
I know you do. Well, first of all, part of the problem with Danny's question, fascinating though it may be, is that I don't get to watch them during the season. Like, even if I didn't have the radio show, I would only be there for brief individual drills. So, as Matt LaFleur acknowledged, right, after the game, everybody was in a tizzy, myself included, that Jordan Love in a pouring rainstorm was out there at practice last Thursday. Turned out he did individual drills, and that was it. So Malik Willis took all the first-team reps in team on both Wednesday and Thursday, which to me is part of the reason why, not because of his groin itself, but because of his missed practice time, I didn't think Jordan was as sharp against the Lions. But to Danny's question, I can only go based on training camp practices, which are the ones that are fully open from start to finish, and I'm obviously there doing the show and everything else. And I would say that when I watched Rodgers early in his career, he was still, in practice, more efficient, you were playing with him at the time, but you guys were humming against that defense in the 2-minute drills, in move the ball, in the 11-on-11 periods more often than you weren't. And this training camp with Jordan, we were under the impression that they were going to have a great pass rush with their front four because that's all we talked about. Rashawn Gary especially. So
Well,
I
Zach
did
Tom
not
didn't practice, in fairness.
Right. No, I agree. But what I'm saying is, I don't think the training camp practices were representative of, and maybe they were, and we just didn't realize it at the time, what Jordan Love's season was going to be like. Now, here's the thing that Danny's question elicits from me, and it goes back to something LaFleur said yesterday. He said that they have, he didn't say that they've gotten away from not having as many competitive periods, but he basically said that because what he said was last year, during the second half of the year, they had a bunch more competitive periods, and we need to get back to that. So that means they haven't been doing it.
And part of that probably is his injury, right? He hasn't been able to practice.
No doubt about it. And what I would ask you, because I'm fascinated by my question now that I'm about to ask you, is if you have him in more competitive situations, you're also practicing moments in which he has to decide, do I take the risk here and lose the 2-minute drill by throwing a ball I shouldn't, or do I throw it away and live for the next play, which appears to be one of the things that he has struggled with. Right?
And that's yes, and that's why almost every team I've watched practice or been a part of, you have competitive drills. You do 9-on-7. You do things, we call it good on good or 1v1s, and that is to get your tempo and your speed of game. Because for as much as scout squad guys will give you a look and they'll work and they're going to push you, it's just different because there's a look that you need to get, and it's more about, yes, there's the physical part of it, but it's all about the mental side of, okay, I see this. Oh, that means this blitz could be coming. That's the gist of what you do during practices during game weeks. But then you still ramp up, and you always do 2-minute because it's such a vital time.
Sure.
Whether it's at the end of a game, which we saw last night, or the end of a half, where you saw how that ended up crushing Green Bay's chances of beating Detroit. So that is part of it, and I think that was part of Danny's question. And his other part, he just mentioned, it's not about results, but the attention to the details and the extra work compared to, that quarterback school we hear so much about, and the footwork and all of those things. When you're injured, you're not going to be allowed to do, or you won't be able to do all that. That's the hardest part about being an injured player. You either miss practice or you have to limit yourself with certain things, whether that's your individual work or in those key 2-minute drills or the live stuff. That's typically where you're limited. A lot of us, as we got older, you didn't do as many one-on-ones, whether it's training camp or whatnot, because you're trying to pick and choose when you can do it. So as a young player, you want to do everything because you still can and you still feel viable. Jordan, unfortunately, because of all the injuries this year, he hasn't been able to do that. And is that a reason for some of the slippage in decision-making and the interceptions? I would argue yes, because he's still young and he's still learning.
All right, this is not breaking news, but I'm getting multiple people sending me this.
A lot of inundation of this. I've seen this too. It's potentially big news.
Could something be afoot? Jaden Reed, who grew up in Chicago, along with Greg Newsome II, Cleveland Browns cornerback, who also grew up in Chicago. Now, Greg Newsome II, didn't he play at Northwestern? I feel like he played at Northwestern. So they were both,
sounds right.
And obviously Jaden Reed, who played at Michigan State. But Jaden Reed has posted to his Instagram account things that were never said during the trade deadline in the past when Mike McCarthy was joking that he thought it was next week. Has posted googly eyes and a photo of Greg Newsome from his Instagram account.
Oh,
now, what could this
mean?
means? Greg Newsome has been reportedly on the trade block, and maybe Denzel Ward as well,
What
the
year?
Browns have
What
a
year
fire
is
sale.
Newsome? What year is he in?
So Greg and again, I want to be responsible here. I have no idea what this means. Like, is this
Put Big J hat on? Put that Big J hat on, Big J.
Is this him trying to influence the general manager? Hey, well, googly eyes, we should get this guy. I hear this guy's on the trade market. Has something happened and there's a buzz coming out of Lambeau Field? Or are the players texting each other like Danny in Bristol is texting Tausch? Greg Newsome was a first-round pick by the Browns in the 2021 NFL Draft.
So he's in his fourth season.
Fourth
right
season,
now.
and he
Does
did
that
play
math
at
add up?
Northwestern, yes.
Correct. Oh, good.
Okay,
I got that
fourth season. So he could have the fifth-year option, potentially.
Did they pick up the Browns? Keep thinking. Keep talking.
All
keep
right,
thinking
so
out loud.
We all thought that if you're going to make a move, it would be defensive back. That was kind of the thought process with Jair's health and everything else. But what I continue to say is Goody ain't interested in keeping his own old guys.
Mm-hmm.
He's not picking up a Marshawn Lattimore with a monster deal and a big haul you have to give. What he is interested in is guys like Xavier McKinney, where for whatever reason the team decides, you don't really want this guy. And he's much happier doing that, where you get a guy coming into his elevator years, and for everybody that doesn't remember elevator, it's that physical and mental when they line up. That's about year 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's your elevator years. Newsome would fit in that elevator status. So if this googly-eyed stuff means anything, these are the kind of players that the Gootinator likes to go get.
So his grade on Pro Football Focus isn't great, but he's a former first-round pick, and what do you always say about first-round picks? They constantly have to.
You can't play.
Indeed. They did pick up the fifth-year option, which, as we learned from Demarius Randall, if the team that drafted you picks up the fifth-year option and then trades you, then the team that receives that player still is on the hook for the fifth-year option. Now, they could release him theoretically, I guess. I don't know the rules on that. But if you are if this were to happen today, you are acquiring him potentially for the rest of this year and for next year. When, oh, by the way, in the 2021 NFL Draft, you selected a corner yourself in Eric Stokes that perhaps now you've decided I'd rather have Greg Newsome the second.
Yeah.
So this would be, if this comes to fruition, like the 18.
Well, why else would he googly eye him?
All I'm saying is that Andrew Berry, the GM of the Browns, in the spring said, and I quote, "We're very happy with Greg. We want as many man corners as we can have. It's a premium position." So,
hey, oh boy, what time of the year was
the
that?
league comes at you fast.
No, what else
that was
do I
in
tell you?
May.
What happens in April isn't what happens in July or in August and September. It's a different world. So, obviously, the Browns stink. The Browns need to completely reload. This would be a guy. The question is, what would you want to see the Gootinator give up?
So
Gootinator ain't giving up more than a third. That is the highest he's going to go.
So he's
I feel
obviously
very confident.
He's already traded his 7th-round pick. I'll have to look at what they're expecting from compensatory selections from the free agents that they did not re-sign.
They spent a little bit on X and
Right.
Jacobs. They ain't going to be getting a ton of copy.
If anything,
not a lot
right?
of copy for Goody.
Yeah.
Probably
so I don't. What is he going to give up? Because ammunition-wise for the draft, then you're down to what, 5 picks if you trade a pick for next year.
Green Bay can't give up a first because it's their host in the draft, and they got to make a pick.
And no one's. I would say that he's.
The bylaws.
And I would say he's a distressed asset. He's not going to cost you a first-round pick.
Oh, he'll get a 4th. I think if Gootinator pulls this off for a 4th or for a 5th, he's stealing. 4th is about where he probably needs to fall.
We will see. I thought you might.
Googly. Googly.
Great googly
Tom Gugliotta.
Googs. Yeah, Googs. Yeah.
North Carolina State guy. Stretch 4. Been a big-time player in today's hoops. Stretch 4.
Sounds to me like you'd be picking them a lot on Prize Picks, since apparently the people you have been picking have not been working out for you.
Yeah, it hasn't been great lately, but I'll get back on that Prize Picks horse. It is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to everybody. You pick more or less on 2 players, at least 2 players, for a shot to win up to 100. If you go with at least 4 entries, you can do that. Prize Picks, the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance policies, so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, they're safe, and they're secure. When your picks hit, get your money quick. A little quick as 15 minutes. You can win up to 100 times with as little as 4 correct picks. Download the app today. Use code WI. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks.
Run
your
game. We'll examine how far the Packers fell down the ESPN NFL Power Rankings. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, Jesse Nelson here, encouraging you to get your team ready. Registration for Madison School and Community Recreation's Adult Winter Basketball Leagues is open right now. I know there's a lot to keep track of today. What to get me for my birthday. No, just kidding. But it is election day. You got to make sure you take care of that stuff. You got to make sure you see all the latest news on what's happening up in Titletown on deadline day. But also get your team registered for Madison School and Community Recreation's Adult Winter Basketball Leagues. With nearly 200 teams participating, nights are filling up fast. MSCR Adult Basketball Leagues offer fun for every level of player, no matter how good or how not as good you are. 8-week play begins in early January. MSCR welcomes all participants and encourages you to register for the league that best fits your identity, your needs as an athlete. For more information and to register, go to mscr.org. That's mscr.org.
The Milwaukee Bucks. The Utah Jazz.
He's going to pull up, contested shot, bullseye. Tough shot for Damian Lillard.
Thursday on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Hi, this is Lee.
inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Craft your Brewers mini plan for the 2025 season, featuring all new 6-packs and 12-packs. Get in on the action with great ticket rates, marquee matchups, and priority seating. Plus, you'll get a limited edition Brewers Crowler with each 12-pack or pair of 6-packs. Looking to customize your games to fit your schedule? Build your own ticket plan options are also available. Pick the plan for you at brewers.com/ticket finder.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Quick update from former Packers Pro Bowl guard Marco Rivera. He sent that to the wrong Jason. So, good luck with his truck.
Great places, South Dakota.
And his hunting
I'll
trip.
say this with all due respect. I can't ever imagine you going to hunt anything.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. It's not my
That's what I
jam.
thought. Yeah, I know.
Except answers, am I right?
That wasn't bad.
That's not bad. Pretty good. In a super long-winded, long way, yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah. Let's move on. Time now for Power Rankings Tuesday.
This week's ESPN NFL Power Rankings. The Packers, of course.
What's Newsom's first name? What's Newsom's
Greg,
first name? I keep wanting to say
G-R-E-G.
Craig. I keep saying Craig because of the great Craig Newsom.
Yeah.
Back with the
Yeah,
G&G
sure.
in the Super Bowl era.
Greg Newsom. Yeah.
Yeah.
No relation.
Greg.
The Packers were number 4 in
Wait,
last
are you
week's.
not acquiring
Greg
him?
Lazinski.
Are you not? Do you not want to acquire him because you'd be confused between Greg and Craig? We'll never
It would
forget
throw
you,
me off.
Brent.
It would throw me off.
You're hung up on a Super Bowl
Yeah.
champ from the 90s, man.
Greg.
I'm sorry, Jesse. The floor is yours.
All right, so Tausch
You
will-
think Packer fans want to trade? You think they want Newsom?
They want something to I think most of them want
Yeah, I
something
think
to
you're right.
happen. Now, again, I'm looking in the YouTube dwellers region, and there's a feeling among some that he is not an upgrade. And he's got a first-round pedigree, so that's why he holds appeal, because his grading. But again, he's playing on a different team, in a different system. We have seen that the Packers have made guys that were either underappreciated or not as productive with other teams, more productive when they arrived here. So
For sure.
I think,
But it's gone the other way, too.
Gootnader, I think the Gootnader deserves your trust on the idea of if he acquires him, they obviously see something that the Browns have failed to develop.
All right, before we get to power rankings, Jason, one-word answer here.
No.
Is Jair Alexander a Green Bay Packer in August of 2025?
Ooh. No.
Okay. All right, Jesse, let's power rank.
Sound grab! Sound grab!
Nah, you don't have to say. I'm learning my lesson. I like when you say things and have opinions. I'm not going to beg for a sound graph, even though that is a beautiful sound graph. That would be a beautiful sound graph.
I got a sound graph for you. Can we please find out where the Packers are in the power rank?
They were number 4 last week, according to ESPN's
Well,
NFL
Let's
Nation.
guess. I think they're 8th. I think they dropped 4 slots.
Jason, did you read it already?
I did.
Nice guess, Tausch. They are number 8 this week.
Why would you read it when you know we're going to be discussing it?
Because I like to be well-read.
We also play
I like to have the little guarantee on the box. It makes me feel warm and cuddly at night. Get out of here.
We've played Bring 'em or Fling 'em the last several weeks.
You didn't know that's from Tommy Boy with the brake pads and the guarantee on the box?
I have a confession. I've never seen Tommy Boy start to finish.
That's embarrassing.
No. Embarrassing is thinking Wedding Crashers is a family film, but that's another discussion for another day.
Your top 8, according to ESPN's NFL Nation. Number 1 is still the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, no blank.
They're undefeated.
Detroit's 2, Buffalo's 3.
Yeah.
Philadelphia's probably somewhere up there now. They're probably 4 or 5. I think the Ravens are still ahead of Green Bay, and I don't blame them. They should be.
Baltimore's 4.
Who else is ahead of Green Bay? They're going to put Minnesota back ahead of Green Bay because they beat a bad Colts team?
Minnesota is 6.
I ain't worried. Hey, fling them.
You're forgetting your fun team, the Washington Commanders, are number 5.
Yeah, they deserve it. Yep, they deserve it.
And just ahead of the Packers at number 7, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm not buying them. Tough schedule coming. No, I'm not a Russ guy, so maybe they'll prove me wrong, but that's just a meat and potatoes team. It's not sexy, but I'll give them credit.
The Eagles and Falcons, number
Really good
9
coach.
and 10, creeping up on the Packers there now.
Who's after them?
The Eagles are 9, the Falcons are 10.
I would have thought the Eagles would be ahead of the G&G.
Troy Aikman, big Falcons guy last night on Monday Night Football, said watch out, they're going to make some noise in the playoffs. Tough team to go on the road and beat.
Well, they're going to win their division, so I bet you they're a one and done, depending on the matchup. That's a team the G&G could easily be playing at a 4 or 5 slot. You know what's going to end up happening, right? San Fran's going to end up in the 4 slot. G&G will be at the 5 slot. And we're going to go out to San Fran to open the playoffs. And by the way, bring it. San Fran this isn't your daddy's San Fran team. This is a San Fran team that's beaten and kind of buried. Yeah.
So Bill Walsh isn't the coach?
I don't know. No, they got a good coach, but
I know, but your dad, never mind. All right. So they're 8th. I think that's where they belong when you lose the matchup that they did. They're still solidly in the playoff picture. Are you in any way, I know we'll have plenty of time to discuss this between now and then. Are you in any way nervous about them coming out of the bye, going to Chicago, and losing to that team? Because I'm not, and I'm wondering if I'm being too dismissive. I wonder if the fail Mary, whatever you want to call that, the trash talking that was going on,
crumbled them.
I'm wondering if that was the Jenga tower falling.
You know what would make me nervous? I don't know who they play this week. Who do the Bears play this week?
Let me get that for you, sir.
So if they lose this week and fire Eberflus, that would make me nervous.
They play the Patriots at home.
Ooh.
If they lose to the Patriots at home, there's a good chance he gets fired.
Yeah, I would agree.
And if he gets fired, all of a sudden my antennae are going way up saying, oh, boy. And I'm nervous. But otherwise, yeah, this is a beaten-down team. I saw their wideout. He just left the field. Old boy scrambling around.
DJ Moore.
He's coming back on a comeback route, and he just goes gets a Gatorade. Play's still going on. He's sipping a Gatorade over on the sideline as old Caleb is scrambling around.
Needed to take
the team
a beat.
is lost.
Have a dinner.
The team
Wallace was on the sideline giving out Gatorade.
They're donezo, guys, and you know it. They know it. We know it.
Yeah.
But if they fire the coach and they bring in somebody new to really get things, fired
ratcheted
up,
back
they could
up.
empty a bucket because I do think their defense is okay.
Yeah.
They gave up 29 to Arizona. I don't know how, but their offense.
I don't know. They're terrible.
Here's what I'll say: Rashawn, Kenny, and the boys get rested because you're going to go hunting. Unlike Wilde, you're going to go hunting next week, and my hunch tells me you're going to eat.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going hunting, but I am going to Associated Bank later today because I have to see my buddy Ben Sorensen about some accounts for the girls that we've set up. And That means I get to enjoy the great customer service that comes with being an Associated Bank customer. And you can experience it, too, if you make the switch. And there's so many other reasons to do it as well, including Packers checking, Badgers checking, and Brewers checking, so you can support your favorite team. And early pay, which allows you access to your direct deposit money from your employer up to 2 days early when you need it. On top of all that, they've got you covered with that great customer service. Associated Bank, you've got this, and they're here to help. Whoa, Nelly, the birthday edition, will be about a minute and a half, and it's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Looking to get away this winter? Well, now's your chance. Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. Our friends at Coors Light are giving away a Florida experience this December, and you could win. This trip for two includes a travel and hotel voucher, club-level tickets to the Boca Bowl on Wednesday, December 18th, and exclusive access to events surrounding the Boca Bowl. All you have to do is order an ice-cold Coors Light and scan the QR code at any of the following locations: Pooley's, Tanner's, Draft House, and Paoli Pub. Coors Light. Enjoy responsibly.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina, Della from Pella, how'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for 60 months.
Visit PellaWI.com.
Hold your appointment on or before November 8th. Certain restrictions apply.
Metro Florida Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Florida Madison has the customer service that's second to none. Metro Ford is also the home of the 2 years no-charge maintenance offer on new vehicle purchases, making it the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at MetroFloridaMadison.com. That's MetroFloridaMadison.com.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Forward Madison FC has advanced to the playoff semifinals. Join us at Breeze Stevens Field on November 9th at 6 p.m. as the Mingos continue their playoff campaign, or come out early for a pregame tailgate at 5 p.m. Bring the energy as we pack the stadium and get loud for the boys in pink and blue as they hunt to hoist the league trophy. Try our family special and get a match ticket, a meal, and an FMFC scarf for only $21 each. Get your playoff tickets now at forwardmadisonfc.com.
Pizza Hut's wings are the best thing to happen to pizza night since, well, pizza. Introducing Pizza Hut's new Big Boneless Wing Bundle. For only $15.99, enjoy 16 crispy boneless wings in 2 different flavors, 2 dipping sauces, and a double order of fries. The wings are sauced and tossed to perfection and available in 9 flavors like honey barbecue, garlic parmesan, and sweet chili. It's the perfect bundle for game days, girls' nights, family night, or any tailgate party. Order now on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
Before we get to Wonelli, which is already going to be brief, Tausch tweeted something, which you know he's interested now, asking, what would you trade to bring in... You didn't even bother to put his first name in your tweet.
I didn't. I thought I'd screw it up, so I just
Browns
put Newsom
corner
down.
Newsom. Last name Roberson.
Last name Newsom.
Fourth round pick is a lot of the answers, except Mark chimes in and says he's awful. Mark apparently watches a lot of Browns games because I did not know that. All right, that's it. Time now for Wonelli.
I'm not even going to play the music because we're so far behind here. College basketball opened up last night, guys, and it's the weakest of the opening days for all of the sports. What can we do to make college basketball opening day more fun?
Easy answer here. 24-hour hoopathon. And I would say do it on election night for people that don't want. They got all this anxiety. Everybody's like freaking out. Put hoops on constantly. Put it on ESPN, ESPN2, and just let it ride all day. You got the Hawaii precincts. You got all this stuff going. Just let it rip.
Fort Myers.
Make it a big blanket deal.
They used to do the 24-hour tip-off marathon on ESPN.
Yeah, I like that.
They got rid of it, and it hasn't been around for almost a decade now.
Or, Jesse, what about this? What if you did just a preseason 128-team tournament, and you started it out, and the top seeds got to, and you just played it out that way. And that gets that excitement. So the first 10 days, you hammer out all the games, and you crown a preseason champion, and then they get an automatic bid into the field of 64 at the end of the season.
I kind of like that, I got to admit. You could do 256 teams.
Every team is in. And if you find a way to be the last one standing, boom, champion. Yep.
He's amazing. Again, I don't have any explanation for his brain. Sometimes I worry about it, Craig or Greg Newsom. But the bottom line is he's an idea guy. He thrives on enthusiasm, and it's a damn good idea. I don't know about 256 because that's a lot of games, and it would have to take a couple
everybody's
weeks.
got to have a chance.
But it would get you would have a chance to have a chance. But you could even make Wisconsin Holy Cross part of that tournament. You could do it like the NIT, basically, where it's on home sites, and you advance for an opponent. I'm sure
So
there'll be
Sweet
some logistic
16,
challenges.
You get the Sweet 16, and then they go play, but you pound through it. Yeah, because what do you get? 7-8 games out of this? Most teams get 1 or 2. Home run.
You know what you
home
could
run
do?
idea.
You could make the Sweet 16 the Maui Invitational. Because that's
Yes.
the one that everyone cares
Thanksgiving
about.
specials.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Well, theoretically, though, if you lose your first-round game, you'd only get one game, and that would be a problem for the teams
then
that
you'd find
lose.
other losers and go play them.
Losers bracket.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
Now we got a losers bracket to the Tausch preseason tip-off presented by Coors Light.
Brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold package, so it's made to chill. Born in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado in 1978, Coors Light is refreshing. It is crisp. It's only 102 calories. That's why it is Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. I honestly think this is one of my best ideas, and I didn't have any clue Jesse was bringing, but you want to get excitement? Replicate what your most exciting thing is. It's your end of the season. Do a start of the season, and whoever gets it is immunity for the whole season.
Immunity. We'll wrap things up. This is one of my best ideas. I didn't even know Jesse was going to bring this up, even though it's in the rundown. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Some teams could be disappointed, but they won't be discouraged. Just remember that.
Next.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you and check out the menu at greatdanepub.com. Recovering from a Nebraska sweep on Friday, 7th-ranked Wisconsin swept Illinois on the road on Sunday. Head coach Kelly Sheffield joined the post-match show applauding his team's response.
I couldn't have been more happy with how our players get themselves ready to go, and we talk about championship behaviors, and that's it. It demands your attention. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You've got a top 25 RPI team on the road, and you got to get yourself ready to play, and I thought we did an excellent job with that.
Catch every match on 100.5 ESPN, your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Pella's Windows and Doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for 60 months now through November 8th at PellaWI.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Are you frustrated because you've been exercising and eating healthy, but you still can't lose weight? We know the secret to losing weight and getting healthy the natural way, without drugs or injections. At MadisonWeightLoss.com, 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two, without prepackaged meals. No exercising, no hormones, no injections, drugs, or surgery. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com now.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. I'm celebrating a birthday this week, and I'm also celebrating how I haven't felt or looked as good as I do right now in years. It's all thanks to Madison Weight Loss. In 60 days, I dropped 40 pounds of unwanted fat simply by changing up my diet. With expert coaching and guidance, trust me, Madison Weight Loss is the real deal.
To learn about our program, go to MadisonWeightLoss.com and schedule your free private phone consultation. Our staff will walk you through our entire program, talk about your health goals, and see if it's a good fit for you. Call 608-774-7241 or go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule your free phone consultation now. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Fish fry, walleye, and vegetarian options are available, and they have a menu that's sure to please everyone. Liberty Station smokes their meats daily with a 1,000-gallon custom smoker, giving you the freshest experience possible. Enjoy happy hour with daily discounts on both food and drinks at their large bar with 20 draft taps and multiple TVs to watch the big game. Be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area too. Liberty Station off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Badger fans, the final home matchup at Camp Randall Stadium is just around the corner, and it's a big one. This Black Friday, Badger football takes on Minnesota in a battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. Great tickets remain for the border battle matchup, but they're going fast. Don't miss out on your chance to be in the stands. Secure your seats for November 29th. For more information and to get your tickets, visit uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. That's uwbadgers.com or 1-800-GO-BADGERS. Don't wait. Get your spot today.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
'Cause I'm a hazard to myself. Don't let me get me. No,
Breaking news from the National Football League. A cornerback has been traded.
Newsom. Last name Newsom.
Last name Lattimore. You took it off. You pulled it up from under me. Has been traded to the Washington Commanders. Last name Newsom still available by a trade. We'll see if the Packers go get him. Tausch, you think it happens or not?
Do you think? I do. I don't know why else you'd googly eye it. Like, if you're going to googly eye something, it's got to be something.
Because he
and then
knows
I just
him.
wonder,
He's his friend.
Maybe. Does that mean Stokey goes there? I don't think so. I don't know.
Adiosi?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Washington is legit going all in. They love their quarterback, and I think they love what they got. And this is a big-time ad with a team that has a ton of salary cap space because they got a rookie quarterback on that contract.
That's it for us today. We will break it all down tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on Wisconsin.